What's up, everybody? Good lord. Oh, quit unexpectedly. Nice. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Okay, it said OBS quit unexpectedly. Now I have to find out, did it quit unexpectedly? Or is it just telling me things? I don't know. These people who are good at live streaming, man, like there's like a fucking art to this shit. It's not easy. Alright, go to my videos. Did my live stream just get taken down? Still going? I don't see where it's at. Alright, can you guys hear me and see me still? It didn't quit? Okay, fuck. OBS just literally goes, oh, it quit unexpectedly. We're gonna have to reopen. It's like, alright, well, whatever if it didn't quit. Alright, hey, what's up, everybody? We're doing part 2 of Rolling Stones 2001 revised greatest songs of all time. Such a lofty name for a list here, you know? Like, who are you, man? Who are you to say what the 500 greatest songs are of all time are? I'm trying to see where the fucking live video is on my stream here, where it's showing me that I'm live, so I can whatever. You guys said it didn't quit, so I'm gonna go off of that. So yeah, we left off at like 300 something. The Cars, once again, just to show you what the graphic is that they used here. It was you know, you got Billie Eilish, the biggest one, the biggest figure in all of these legends. And, you know, you got someone who came out like a couple years ago. So that doesn't bode well. And then you got Cardi B grabbing her tits, sticking her tongue out next to the Beatles, which kind of shows you everything that, you know, you need to know about this list. So with all that being said, let's go to where we left off, which was the Cars, just what I needed. And I already gave my thoughts on that one. So let's keep on scrolling. All right, now what did you do here? Oh, okay, just bumped me down one. All right, in at number 368, we got Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun. I agree. I mean, I think that's a good song. It's a creepy-ass song, a creepy-ass music video. Man, that music video traumatized me when I was a kid. All those people's faces, like, stretching and all that. Like, I was not a fan of the music video. And of course, Soundgarden has better songs, but you know, this is the most mainstream song. Again, I have to relate everything to karaoke here because that's my job. If people are going to sing a Soundgarden song at karaoke, they only sing Black Hole Sun. So agreed. Moving on. Oh, the only writer was Chris Cornell. One guy. Imagine that. One guy. That's all I needed. He didn't need 16 guys. Frank Ocean, Thinking About You. Not familiar with this song. I know that Frank Ocean is kind of beloved, kind of hip-hop R&B, more R&B than anything, dude. And a lot of people like Frank Ocean. I tried listening to his Channel Orange album and Blonde. I tried listening to both albums to see if there was some indie goodness in there that I was like missing out on. And I'm not really seeing it. It did like nothing for me whatsoever. I wasn't that big of a fan. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't see the value in Frank Ocean, quite frankly. I don't see why he's so awesome and he's so revered by so many people. Maybe if you could let me know, then you know, I appreciate it. And I know it's almost like sacrilege saying anything like negative about Frank Ocean, but I don't. He does nothing for me whatsoever. The Crystals, Da Do Ron Ron. Well, it's a Phil Spector song, so you know it's got that wall of sound that he's famous for, and it's probably sounds something like the Ronettes. Da Do Ron Ron. Yep, that's the kind of sounds that they made in the 60s, for sure. That's the kind of shit that people liked to hear in the 60s. I would say that would be equivalent to skirt, 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 or brr, brr, in like the hip hop songs nowadays. Da Do Ron Ron was that's what they said back then. Never heard the song, whatever. Well, we got Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen. Yeah, classic. I mean, it's in at number 365. I'm hoping they have some more Sex Pistols songs that are higher up on this list, because, you know, they're like one of the founders of punk rock, or forefathers, whatever you want to call it. Grateful Dead, Box of Rain. I fucking hate the Grateful Dead. I almost made a whole ass like video talking about how much I hate the Grateful Dead. Their music is so toothless. I don't know why people enjoy their music. I don't know why they've achieved this legendary status. Their stupid logo with the dancing bear is all over the place. It's all over all kinds of merchandise. And, you know, for being hippies, these guys sure did market their logo onto all this crap that you can find at a gas station. But yeah, no, I don't like the Grateful Dead or anything they've ever done. Like I said, I almost made a whole video about, like, very much saying why I hate the Grateful Dead. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Could You Be Loved? Could you be loved and be loved? Yeah, it's a classic song. Only one writer, Bob Marley. Gotta fucking respect that, man. Gotta respect the hell out of that. The dude himself just wrote the whole ass song. Now, remember when I said in my earlier stream that if you come up with the chord progression and the lyrics, then technically you wrote everything. It doesn't matter if you didn't play the drums on the record. It doesn't matter if you didn't play the bass or even like the lead guitar solo or whatever. None of that matters. Did you write the lyrics? Yes. Did you write the chord progression? Yes. You are the songwriter. That's just how the royalties work in the music industry. And, you know, if you're a musician or whatever, you'll get mechanical royalties, which aren't nearly as lucrative as songwriting credits. But, you know, whatever. Let me read some of these comments here. Art for Universe. I'm new to your channel and heard that you hate Pearl Jam and Duran Duran. Why? I don't really care for Eddie Vedder's voice. A lot of it boils down to vocals. Simon Le Bon and Eddie Vedder, I don't care for their particular vocal tones. Tones? I don't know why my voice went up like that. I think their songwriting is fine. In fact, I really like The Chauffeur by Duran Duran. Like, musically, I think it would have been cooler if, like, Dave Gahan from Depeche Mode sang on that song instead, but it is what it is. Pearl Jam, I like a lot of their songs. I just don't care for Eddie Vedder's voice. I think it's kind of like a stock 90s Jarl, even though he kind of invented the Jarl. No one was really singing like this until after Eddie Vedder came. Ooh, and they all sounded like Eddie V. Oh, they sounded. Anyway, sorry for that. It mainly comes down to their vocals. Cruisen, I think he said that he is just not a fan of PJ, not that he hates it. Yeah, I don't hate it. Not a fan. Simon Robinson, Frank Ocean was much talked about 10 years ago. Yeah, it was like a 10 years ago thing that Frank Ocean was like a big deal. And then seemed to disappear. Critics' darling, one of the very few openly LGBT. It's LGBT, not LBTQ. But whatever, I get what you're saying. People in hip-hop, maybe that's to do with the reverence, perhaps. Yeah, that had something to do with it. I mean, I think there were other rappers that would, like, criticize them. Like, hip-hop in general, like, the rap community is like, way more homophobic than most other musical spaces. So you got, like, an openly gay black guy. A lot of the, you know, other rappers aren't going to... They may not go right out and say it, but they're not going to be, like, cool with him hanging out at their Thanksgivings or whatever. But yeah, it was like a 10 years ago thing, and now you don't really hear anything at all. He did a concert recently, and apparently it sucked really bad, and he just like half-assed it, and people were like really looking forward to it, and he just didn't do a good job. Pork Boy 23, Grateful Dead is really popular in the hippie and bluegrass Venn diagram. Oh, I know. I've played Friend of the Devil quite a few times in jam sessions. Yeah, I know. The bluegrass and the hippie Venn diagram. I know the confluence of that is Grateful Dead and yeah, I don't like Fish. I don't get like oddly enough though, I really do fuck with Dave Matthews Band, but they actually have songs and hooks and melodies and memorable bits that actually stick with you, and like they got the goods. They got the stuff that I look for when I look at music. Like does it have a hook? Does it have anyway? Casey Musgraves, Merry-Go-Round. Haven't heard this song. I did hear that she dropped an album around this time that was supposed to be like alternative country or something. It's supposedly like shattered the stereotypes of what female country music could or should be. So by virtue of that alone, maybe I will check it out. Moving on. Oh God, Jimmy Buffett. What do they got? Oh no, Jimmy Cliff. Jeez, I'm stupid. I just saw Jimmy and I automatically think Buffett. Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come. Came out in 1972. Jimmy Cliff was the sole writer. Never heard the song. I'm guessing based off of this album art, it's some kind of looks like art from a blaxploitation film of the 70s, like Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song or some shit like that. I don't know. So we're gonna move on because god damn it, I want to get through this list at some nice decent clip here. Prince, Little Red Corvette. Little Red Corvette. Yeah. I'm sure they better have some like more Prince songs higher up because Little Corvette's all right. I'm not a huge Prince fan either, by the way. He's just all right. Fugees, what do you guess? Killing Me Softly? Yep, Killing Me Softly. I believe it's just called Killing Me Softly. I don't think it's Killing Me Softly with his song. I think that is a typo. I could be wrong. I've always seen it as Killing Me Softly. Let me check Spotify here real quick, because that would be funny if Rolling Stone made that error. No, it's Killing Me Softly with his song. No, I'm just a fucking idiot. Huh. All right, whatever. Yeah, great song, classic song. It makes it into the top 20 songs that I would ban from karaoke if I had that power, because it is so fucking overdone. My God. This song is so oversang at karaoke because it's in a lower range for females, so they are able to sing the song easier. It's a safe bet for most women singers who do karaoke to do Killing Me Softly. And it's easy. It's got some easy little vocal runs in there to make it sound like you're a better singer than you actually are. So yeah, they ruined it for me. Thanks. Patti Smith, Group, because a little bit of side boob there. Because the night belongs to lovers. Whatever. It's one of those 70s kind of Love is a Battlefield type songs. I don't particularly have a problem with it. Bruce Springsteen was a co-writer. That's kind of interesting, I guess. Oh, wow. We got a recent one from the Swiftie here. Blank Space. Damn, that song's already been out for fucking 10 years. Can you believe that? It's crazy. Can you also believe that two people who wrote the song were both named Carl and they were both spelling their name with a K? That's weird. It's very Bilderberg-esque that you would have two K Carls on a Taylor Swift thing. What's the big conspiracy here, guys? What is this even? What is this shit she's always going on about? Boys only want love if it's torture. What does that even mean, Taylor? You goddamn alien-looking thing with her long, skinny limbs and her sharp fangs that she only whips out when you anger her. I've said this on previous streams or whatever, but I think Taylor Swift is an alien. Yeah, it's a decent pop song, but like, man, I'm so tired of the Taylor Swift hype, man. Like the hype train. It's like, yeah, she does like decent pop songs. So what? Are they like that great? Not really, but I don't know. I'm just giving you my opinions, guys. You can have your own cups of tea over there all you want. Especially in jolly old England, you can have all the tea you can drink. The PG Tips, is that the good one there? But I'm telling you my opinions, and my opinion is I think Taylor Swift is mid. Just like I think Pat the NES Punk is mid. Dude, there's so many people like talking shit about me on that Pat the NES Punk video. Like I hurt so many feelings of so many Pat the NES Punk fans or whatever. I don't know. It was just funny to me. It's like, really? Pat has like, he's got this many people that's like gonna go out on a limb for him like that? All right, whatever. I said what I said, bitch. He's mid. He ain't funny. His content is just okay. 356, we got Cheap Trick Surrender. Yes, that's a classic. Don't even gotta debate that one. Thelma Houston, Don't Leave Me This Way. Never heard of this person. Maybe the article will give me some info. This emotive disco ballad, previously by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, became a barn burner for Motown star Houston, who still uses the term barn burner. Jesus Christ. When she was nominated for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance Grammy for it, she stayed home, having lost a previous time to Aretha Franklin. This time Houston won. She later recalled, "You don't want to feel like a fool when you win and people ask you years later, where were you? Oh, I was at home scrubbing my kitchen floor." Huh, okay. That's not very interesting or informative article. Michael Jackson, Rock With You. Pretty safe to say that any Michael Jackson song belongs on this list for the most part, and it should be pretty high up there. I'm surprised this is only in the mid 300s. Rock With You, classic song. Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Yes, absolutely. Nice early synth pop 80s song, kind of like ushered in the new wave movement in a sense. I mean, those synthesizers were so big on that song and imposing, and the melody was all like minor key and, you know, just great melody. The sweet dreams are made of these, who am I to disagree? It's great melody. And the androgynous Annie Lennox, like, I mean, the whole thing was just a vibe, man. It was a vibe, man. Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day. I fucking love this song. You know, 1992, we're in the heat of, like, gangster rap and its rising popularity, and Ice Cube comes out with a fucking song about just having a good day. Like, but he does it in, like, this very gangster way, you know? So it, like, still feels, like, credible, you know? And it was a trip, man, listening to that song when I first heard it, you know, talking about, like, you know, I ran the light and the cops didn't even, like, you know, pay me any mind, and I won at dice, and I fucked this chick I've been trying to fuck since the 3rd grade, and, you know, went home drunk but not throwing up. Like, literally everything he said, it's like, yeah, that sounds like the perfect day for, like, a gangsta in South Central LA. My favorite line in that fucking song, he goes, "Plus nobody I know got killed in South Central LA. I can't believe today was a good day." Nobody he knew got killed. Nobody he knew got killed. People still got fucking smoked in South Central LA for sure. Make no mistake, but nobody Ice Cube personally knew got killed in South Central LA. So it was a good day, you know? Like, that, I don't know. I think that shit's what fascinated white people so much to this lifestyle, because it was so foreign to anything that most, like, suburban white kids knew about, you know? Like, it intrigued them, and I think by proxy, just them listening to it made them feel like little mini badasses, you know? Even though they didn't do shit, but they probably were inspired to after listening to enough of that gangster rap music. That's what all the senators were saying anyway. They're afraid that, oh, this is disturbing, whatever the fuck this is. This dude's eyes he looks demon possessed. Jorge Ben, Ponta de Lanca Africano. Never heard this song, and I'm assuming, oh, David Byrne. Okay, hold on. When David Byrne put together an introductory compilation of Brazilian pop for American listeners in the late 80s, he opened it with this track, and for good reason. Okay. Yeah, you know, David Byrne is much like Peter Gabriel in the sense that they are obsessed with, like, other, like, ethnic cultures that are, like, not, you know, of their ilk, basically. Like Peter Gabriel was obsessed with Africa and like African rhythms and even like appropriating like African styles, which nowadays would probably be frowned upon. And David Byrne was into a bunch of like music from like other cultures and shit like that. So that was kind of a thing in the 80s too, like bringing in like African people to chant along in your songs. I mean, Peter Gabriel did that to the hilt, and I don't know, it was almost like like Africa was like trendy in the 80s. They had that like whole Live Aid thing. It's weird how like a country can become like trendy, but I mean, I guess it makes sense because like Japan definitely had their like day in the sun. Let me read some of these comments here. That's the whole reason why I do my live stream. Are you ready to do a Madonna album review, Pineapple Moon? Yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather do a tier list of Madonna. There's a lot of Madonna I gotta listen to. I'm familiar with a lot of her music, but I would have to definitely listen to a lot of her albums. And she's got a lot of them. When I did my Led Zeppelin tier list ranking, I had to listen to a bunch of Zeppelin albums, but they only had like 5. But I hadn't heard like a full Zeppelin album because I've never been a huge fan of Zeppelin. I know, gasp at me, gawk at me if you will. So yeah, there's a lot of, I've never listened to an entire Madonna album all the way through. So I got a lot of shit to listen to do that, because people have been asking me to do a Madonna video forever, and I want to, because I do like a lot of her music a lot. Good sentences. Hi, Glowy. Oh, God, Swift is so bland. I agree. Dirk Clips. I like her song that's about relationships. It was funny. I like that. Pat the NES Punk isn't even mid. It's F tier. Yeah, try explaining that to some of the fucking trolls in the comment section. Jesus Christ, man. They, like, okay, it started out where, like, everyone agreed with me, and then the more it started breaking out of my stratosphere of fans and followers, it started getting into the hands of like the average person, and that's when the hate started, because they're, you know, who's this guy with this dumb hair talking about this other guy that I've liked for a long time. People just get really bothered when you do that, especially if they don't know you or have any sense of who you are. I mean, I'm the same way, you know. If I stumbled, look, I'm not even gonna lie. There have been times I've stumbled onto random channels with a dude with different colored hair, and I'm like, that guy looks fucking ridiculous. It's karma, man. I had it coming. Simon Robinson, I do quite like the Wildest Dreams. It's a good song, but overall, Swift, I don't get the massive hype. PG Tips is okay. Yorkshire Gold is better. I've had Yorkshire Gold, actually, and it was pretty good. Wildest Dreams. That's a good melody. That's a cool little melody. I'll agree with that. Crossy, and I've watched Pat the NES Punk for years. Cruisen, I don't know how to say your name. For years, and I totally agree with you that he's extremely mid. Don't know why I still watch. It's the same way with me. I still listen to his podcasts whenever they come out. Hi, Glory. Ice Cube grew up in a middle-class neighborhood, keep in mind. Well, in the music video, he certainly is leaving what seems to be a middle-class house, but he finds the streets. The streets don't find him. He went looking for the streets. Africa, the country. Did I call it a country instead of a continent? God damn it, I'm so dumb. Simon Robinson, Talking Heads and Peter Gabriel were ahead of their time in introducing African polyrhythms into post-punk, and it did really well. Remain in Light is a great album, and PG Security, of course. Yes, I agree. And yeah, they did. That was back in the day where you couldn't just watch a YouTube video of like an African dude playing some polyrhythmic shit. That was when you actually had to fly to Africa or fly some Africans to you and have them bring all their bizarre percussion instruments, and you had to record them in the field. And it was like so much more work to get that shit. But I think because you had to put all that work into achieving those sounds, it was more authentic and it just sounded better, rather than just being able to go to some huge sample library now and getting it like that. Geek Muscle. I've always cringed at Pat since he made his appearance in AVGN. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Manuel, are you able to do Mike and the Mechanics tier list? I don't think enough people would be interested in a Mike and in the Mechanics tier list. I only know like 2 of their songs, honestly. All right, so I feel like we're in the middle. No, we're not in the middle of the list. 250 would be in the middle of the fucking list. Middle of the fucking list. John Prine, Angel from Montgomery. John Prine. I probably have heard this song, but it's not really coming to me right now, so fuck it. I'm just moving on. The Zombies, Time of the Season. Oh, this is a classic song. Eminem did the weirdest sample of this song on his Marshall Mathers LP2 record. Yeah, this is a fantastic song. 1968, ahead of its time, in my opinion. It's the time of the season. Something, something, some. If Time of the Season did nothing more than introduce the term "Who's Your Daddy" into the cultural lexicon, it would be a landmark achievement. Wow. Yeah, that is true. They did that. They did say that, and that was very odd. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he taken Roxy Music, 1970? I didn't know Roxy Music was around in 1972. I didn't know they were around that long. Virginia Plain, never heard it. Moving on. Elvis Presley, Heartbreak Hotel. Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. You know the song. Was this one of his originals? I believe it was. Yeah, writers, Elvis Presley. Yeah, you know, Elvis recorded like 1,000 songs in his career, and only like 10 of them were original. Can you believe that? Like, dude just did nothing but covers mainly. But he was a legend. And he had a swagger about him. You couldn't deny that. If you ever watch an Elvis performance from back in the day, it's like, I get why that dude made it. I get it. Like, he probably would make it nowadays too, with just the swagger and the confidence they had. Craig Horner, Queen have released 15 studio albums, 10 live albums, 16 compilation albums, 2 soundtrack albums. Good God. Yeah, Queen would be hard too. I've definitely heard several of their albums all the way through, but there's so many Queen albums that I've just never heard. Like, I don't know, It's a Kind of Magic, fucking, I don't know, Queen 2, Made in Heaven. They had a bunch of ones in the 80s that I didn't listen to. I did listen to Hot Space, though. I don't know why that was my second Queen album I ever bought. No, my second was Innuendo. First one was A Night at the Opera. Second was Innuendo. And then third was fucking Hot Space. That album is hot garbage. I don't know what compelled me to buy that album as my third. I could have bought any News of the World, A Day at the Races. I could have got any of those albums that would have been better, but no, I had to get Hot Space. What a dumbass. Simon Robinson, The Living Years is a beautiful Mike and Mechanic song. I agree. My dad loved it and makes me think of him. So it's sad. But yeah, but did you tell your dad that you loved him while he was alive? I told my dad. My dad died too back in 2018. And I was able to tell him that I loved him and all that when he was... This is dark and sad. I don't want to talk about this right now. I agree, though. It's a beautiful song. Manuel, Time of the Season is an awesome song. I've played it with my band. But my favorite song from them is Brief Candles from the album Odyssey and Oracle. Huh. Okay. I doubt I'll ever get around to checking that out, but I'll take your word for it. Art for Universe. Do you think Phil Collins should make one last appearance for his fans? No, I do not. I do not think Phil Collins should do that. I think Phil Collins needs to be in rehab for his alcohol addiction, and I think he needs to take care of his health. And I think he needs to get away from that awful woman that he's married to and stay away from her. I think she's sucking the life force out of him. Dude, look at Phil Collins. The guy looks like he's 90 years old. Look at Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel still looks relatively good, and he's old as fuck. Like, Roger Waters looks fucking great for his age. Phil Collins looks god fucking awful. Dude, his decline was quick. It was all those cortisol steroid shots he took in the fucking 80s, dude. It wore all of his bones out. If you listen to his autobiography, he talks about, like, there were times where his voice was so closed up from some kind of sickness or another, and instead of canceling shows, because Phil Collins hated canceling shows, but I don't think he ever had good singing technique, because when he would yell a lot in his songs, which sounded cool as fuck, but it would just rip his vocal cords to shreds. So he'd have all these vocal problems in the 80s, doing Genesis and his solo shit at the same time, doing always on the road, playing a billion shows. So his vocal cords would get fucked up, and he'd take these cortisol steroid shots in his ass, and it would open his vocal cords right up, and it would be like everything was fine, and he'd be good to go. But man, that shit, your bone density thins out over the years. It does all kinds of shit to your heart, and I mean, drummer's body's just fair shitty as it is. He started having all kinds of nerve damage, and now he just looks like microwave dog shit. Not to mention he got a late stage alcohol addiction because of his bitch wife and who was his ex-wife. Then they got back together. Then they got divorced. She took him for a lot of his money, gold digging whore that she is. And he was working on some Disney thing in New York, and he missed his family. He was bored, and so he started wiping out the minibar. And as addiction goes, it catches on like fire sometimes, spreads like fire, and before you know it, dude's fucking alcoholic later on in life. He never really had a problem with it growing. Sorry, you got me on Phil Collins, so I'm just going to keep blathering on about the guy. Queen or Madge tier list would be good. Elton maybe, but it would last 2 hours. He's got a gazillion albums, and lots of them are really bad. Yeah, I would not do an Elton John tier list for that reason. Elton has so much shovelware, so many just albums that were cocaine-fueled garbage, that, he was in a record deal that he had to meet a certain deadline or whatever, so he just put out so much. I mean, he's admitted this. I've listened to his biography. He's admitted to most of his 80s work being complete garbage. So I would not put myself through that. Elton John is a greatest hits guy. Just buy his greatest hits album and you're doing fine. There are very little B-side Elton John songs that are must listens. Like, he has a lot of junk out there. BTS on this list, Rolling Stone stays pandering. Yeah. And it's funny. This list was revised in 2021. Dynamite came out in 2020. They didn't even give this song a year before they're like, certified classic. Like, no, dude. Like, new songs you cannot, unless it's like a fucking, it just changed the scenery, man. It changed the world when this song came out. But Dynamite did not do that. I remember when that song came out. Yes, it was played on the radio. Yes, I heard it played at some clubs and shit every now and then. But no, it is not. It is not better than Bob Marley and the Wailers. I'm sorry. Can't believe I even have to fucking say that. All right, I want to read these comments, but I got to get through this list. Carole King, It's Too Late. Man, this is like a classic song. You know what I hate about this song, and even this album cover, this just looks like a 90s, like walking through a drugstore in the 90s and hearing this song over the speaker up top in the ceiling. And I'm just like, I got my little buggy, and like it's kind of like dimly lit, and just hearing, it's too late, baby, yeah, it's too late, but we really did try to make it. Something inside has died, and I can't blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's become one of those like pharmacy songs that just plays over the speaker, whenever you go and you're waiting on your prescription. Like, that's what that song is to me. Black Sabbath, Iron Man. Why the fuck is that only at 344? That's the song like, is one of the first like metal songs. What the fuck? It's bullshit. Rolling Stone hates rock so much, and they hate the people who make rock. I'm convinced. Oh man, and look at the writers. Bill Ward, Geezer Butler, Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi. The 4 band members who were actually in the band wrote the song. Classic song. 1971, so ahead of its time. Bow down, 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 down. Fucking classic. What the fuck is this album cover? Oh, Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes. This is a cover, yeah, because that's I feel like Elvis did that song too. Can't go wrong with Doobie Brothers. They're justified. Kenny Loggins had a co-write on Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald. Are they the original writers of What a Fool Believes? Whatever, you got a bunch of talent all in that whole little pool there. Doobie Brothers, Kenny Loggins, I guess Michael McDonald, if you like. Can't keep forgetting not in love anymore every time you leave. I don't know what's up with that dude's voice, but it's weird. It's weird, man. My friend Thad, who happens to be black, he told me one time, he's like, yo, man, black people fuck with Michael McDonald. And I just thought that was the funniest shit I'd ever heard. He was telling me that Michael McDonald gets a pass in the black community. Like, I guess he's got the soulfulness that comes across as authentic. Anyway, Chuck Berry, Promised Land. Never heard this song, but Chuck Berry is one of the classics. Classic guitar player. Sure, have him on the list. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we're monkey around. It's I'm a Believer. Can you... Okay, I was talking to my bandmate the other day, and I was telling her about the Beatles and Sgt. Pepper and how it's such a classic album and how it, like, really, like, changed the musical landscape and this, that, and the other. This motherfucker literally goes, oh, I was more of a Monkees fan. And I'm like, dude, there is literally no comparison between the Monkees and the Beatles. Like, the Monkees didn't write their own fucking music. They did nothing innovative that mattered, at least. I mean, what's the Monkees classic album? Can anyone tell me that? I mean, the Beatles have several, if not all, of their albums are classic. But, I mean, Sgt. Pepper's, like, come on now. And I'm not even the biggest Beatles fan. But, like, that shit slaps. To this day. You listen to fucking Sgt. Pepper's, and it's like, I can't believe they wrote this back then. This is so ahead of its time. Monkees sounds exactly like it was written in 1966. So you can shove off with that garbage. The Clash, White Man in Hammersmith Palace. I've never heard this song. It sounds interesting though from the title. Sure, White Man in Hammersmith Palace. They're the Clash. They deserve to be on this list. Prince, what do we got? 1999. Yep, that looks like a cock. That one looks like a cock. That is not an accident. You can see the little concave at the tip where you pee out of, the bell of the dickhead. That's what I call it. I call it the bell instead of the head because it looks like a bell to me. And then you got the shaft, which is very syphilitic. That's disgusting, Prince. Party Like is 1999. As if 1999 was going to be a big fucking deal. Wasn't that the biggest, like, what was it, bill of goods that we were sold ever? I most of the people who watch my channel are around my age, so I'm pretty sure all you guys were alive and coherent when 1999 came up. That was the biggest fucking hoax. I remember, though, everyone was low-key nervous, even the people who said it was bullshit. Like 11:59, 1999, we were all kind of like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Are the planes gonna fall out of the sky? Is the power grid just gonna shut down? And literally nothing happened. It was such an overhyped event, and it played into this public hysteria. And then 2012 was a big thing. Oh, the Mayan calendar doesn't go past 2012. That must be when the world ends. They even made a movie about it. Stupid. Paranoid. I love how triggered people get by this album cover because they think it's fucking god-awful. Like, the guy in this ridiculous costume. And I think it's kind of cool. I think a lot of, like, Black Sabbath has had a lot of misses with their album covers. This being one of them. They had that one album cover where, like, the two pilots were standing in front of this plane, but they looked kind of like aliens. I fucking love that album cover. It was when Dio was with them. That was a great album cover, and people talk so much shit about it. I remember on That Metal Show, like Eddie Trunk, Jim Florentine, and the other guy, they were like talking all this trash about that cover and this cover, and I'm like, I like these covers. No, Paranoid's a fantastic song. Definitely Paranoid is the better song between Iron Man and Paranoid. Paranoid's the better song, I believe. Cher, Believe. Dude, yeah, it's a classic song. It was the first time that the general public was really introduced to that extreme auto tune effect. So I think for that reason alone, this song, and it's a great. I mean, it's a classic song that was written in the late '90s. You know, it's one of those songs that you just knew was going to be a hit before it even got on the radio. All right, let's see what these comments say here. Phil definitely couldn't dance. No, especially not now. In the Air Tonight is about beer farts. Dude, some of the random shit you guys say is so funny to me. It's like my exact sense of humor, just random things. Pedro Diaz, apparently Rolling Stone magazine gone woke. It's official. No, they absolutely have gone woke. I mean, and again, I'm not saying that politically. I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I'm just saying, like, yes, they're not putting people in here based on their merits anymore. They're putting them in here for other bullshit political reasons. Manuel, Jazz by Queen is the most eclectic album I've heard. Every song sounds completely different from the other, like having 10 different genres the same album. They've always been kind of known for mixing up their genres, though. I mean, they are a rock band at their core, but they do, because, I mean, look at a Night at the Opera, you know, you got, like, Walking on a Sunday Afternoon, which is like this very dandy British jaunt. And then you've got like I'm in Love with My Car, which is like this, you know, rock kind of swing ballad thing. Then you have the Prophet song and 39, which is a folk song. I'd say Queen, for the most part, have always done that on most of their albums. But maybe Jazz is the most extreme example of that. I'd have to check that one out. Phil's also deafer than a post now. Yeah. Well, I mean, being a drummer, again, man, it takes the most toll. Any musician out there, the drummer's bodies get it the worst. Simon Roberts said, it's not possible to sing Mama night after night, even on the 1992 tour. Something like Driving the Last Spike is really difficult to sing some of those notes. Yeah, Mama, I mean, yeah, that's one of those songs where he's screaming, he's belting, like, that destroys. I don't care. That is not proper vocal form, and you can pull it off when you're like for a certain period of time, but it's gonna get to a point where your vocal cords are just gonna be too damaged to where you will never be able to do those notes again, which is sad because that song is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Yes, Iron Man, God bless Black Sabbath. I agree. Paranoid is probably higher up, and it was, as we have come to find out. In the albums list, they rated Destiny's okay, don't spoil anything for me there, Simon. I'm not even going to read that comment. Pineapple Moon, do you think the Doors are better than Alice in Chains? No, I do not. I'm a much bigger fan of Alice in Chains. Nazi helmet, LMAO. What? The guy on the cover of Paranoid? Is he wearing a Nazi helmet? I don't know what that's in reference to. Cher's looking pretty cute on this album cover, I'm not going to lie. And she was like in her 40s, late 40s, still looking hot. She hasn't really aged though. She got the good plastic surgery. Black Sabbath, Never Say Die is the album. Okay, I love that album cover, dude. It's so weird. I would be proud to have that as my album cover. I like weird shit like that. Then the Black Sabbath album with one robot peeing on the other. Jesus, they've had some weird album covers. I've never even heard of that one. First Black Sabbath and now the birth of Autotune on the list. Yeah, strange juxtapositions going on here. Hall & Oates, she's gone. Oh, why? Yeah, this song's annoying to me. This is another one of those songs that you hear in the pharmacy at CVS or Walgreens or Rite Aid if I want to hit more markets in areas where people live. You're just waiting on your prescription and just like quietly in the speaker above you, you just hear, she's gone. Oh, why? Yeah, for that reason, I don't like this song. Hall & Oates is one of those bands where it's like, I don't know. If they never existed, would it really matter? That was a weird thing for me to say. Marshall Jefferson, Move Your Body, the house music anthem, came out in 1986. Never heard of this. Must be some early house music or something. Chicago native Jefferson was working at a post office when he produced one of the first great vocal house records. Boom! I nailed it. I knew it. Nailing the combination of hummable melody and headlong momentum that's pulled the wallflowers onto a dance floor for 35 years. I've never heard this song. Okay. I keep saying I'll have to check these songs out. I know I'm not going to get around to that. Do we have another Oh, yeah, another Grateful Dead. This looks like it's off the same album, too. What is this? Is this the Dead's classic album, whatever the fuck this is? Ripple, never heard it. It's a Dead song, so I don't give a flying fuck about it. Next. Temptations, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Oh, this is a great song. Great song. It was almost like I'd say it was almost like a prog song in the sense of like there was so much space in the song and there was so much of like a dialogue, and it definitely wasn't like a pop song at all. It was really cool. It was a cool like out there song for the Temptations. They got real, man. They weren't singing about my girl or it was just my imagination. No, this one was like, my daddy left, didn't leave me with shit. Fuck him. Yeah, great song by the Temptations. Rihanna, Umbrella featuring Jay-Z. This is a classic pop song. It's not going away anytime soon. Came out in 2007. Stood the test of time. Rihanna's sexy as fuck despite her 5 head. Great song. It's definitely not better than a lot of the songs I just passed. So where they get these rankings at, dude, I feel like if the song came out past the year 2000, it should probably be in the lower 300s to 400s. Give it some time. Let's see how much it stands the test of time, and then you start putting it higher up. The songs that are still around after 40 or 50 years and that are still talked about, those automatically should be higher because they've stood the test of time, meaning every new generation is validating the song and being like, yes, I agree, this is also a good song. I mean, doesn't that make sense to you guys in the chat? Doesn't it make sense that the songs that have been around since the 70s and 80s that are still making these lists, that we still are all very well aware of, even Sly Stallone is aware of it, like, don't you think those songs should just automatically be higher up on the list? I do. I think that these new songs, like, we gotta wait and see if Dynamite by BTS is even in the fucking conversation 10 years from now, which I don't think it will be, by the way. All right. Hashtag and rant. The Marvelettes, please, Mr. Postman. Is that the, no, that's not Mr. Sandman. Is this the, like, bring me a guy who gives a fuck or whatever? Mr. Postman, bring me a... Man, the songs were so fucking... Songs were so, I can't say the word anymore because it's politically incorrect. Lame. They were so lame back then. I want to say, there's a word that better describes it, but I can't say it. So I won't. Oh, God. This fucking song. I love it when they call me Big Papa. Okay, so I'm biased against this song because white people do it at karaoke all the time, and it's cringy as fuck, and I always have to sit there and cringe, and I'm like, are they gonna say the N-word? Are they gonna say the N-word? And it's like, usually they don't, but sometimes they do, and I'm like, okay, I gotta cut you off now. Yeah, some gigs they can get away with that. My whole thing is like freedom of speech. If you want to do a rap song on karaoke, and you want to repeat the word that they use in the song, that's on you, but then the consequences of you saying that, if there's black people in the room, that's also on you. So if they want to beat your ass, that's also on you. People sing this song in karaoke all the time. That's the only reason I'm bringing any of that up. I think it is a decent song. It's just overplayed for me. And I've said this in the past about Notorious B.I.G. I don't care for the timbre of his voice. His voice sounds very fat when he raps. It's just not a sound that appeals to my ears. It sounds like he's got a mouthful of marbles all the time when he's rapping. And I think his pen game was good, although he probably had ghostwriters for all I know. I don't know back in the day if they had ghostwriters back in the early 90s. So I hope that it was his own words. I think he had a stronger pen game than Tupac, but Tupac was the better rapper for sure. With charisma and just the sound of his voice had a very more cutting, trebly tone. B.I.G. was bassy and fat. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Okay, I'm sure I got some comments after that whole thing that I just went off on. Roger Waters and Peter Gabriel should make a tour singing together. I don't think anybody likes Roger Waters. I don't think anybody in the industry likes Roger Waters anymore. Phil Collins even said in an interview, he's like, yeah, I met Roger Waters in person one time. He's like, he's a miserable bastard, which I thought was funny coming from Phil Collins. Because like, yeah, Pink Floyd might be bigger than Genesis, but like Phil is definitely a peer of Roger Waters. They are, they can hang together as far as like the greatness. And for Phil to be like, yeah, he's a miserable bastard. David Gilmour certainly doesn't have very fond opinions of Roger Waters. Anyway. Yeah, Corey Cameron's Roger Waters wouldn't share a bill, let alone a stage with anyone now. No, he would not. It's the Roger Waters show. And I mean, yeah, rightfully so. When you're that big, you don't need an opener anymore. I mean, Rush was generous enough to still have openers up until a certain point, and then they realized that, we're Rush. They're literally here for us. We don't need an opener. Simon Robinson, the 12-inch mix of Papa was a Rolling Stone psychedelic funk groove, still slaps. Yeah, absolutely. Ashtray DK. Oh shoot, I'm tardy to the party. Welcome to the party, Mr. Tardy or Mrs. I don't know what your gender is. I just assumed. Doop Foop. What if you had a song sitting randomly somewhere on the list? I'd poop. What if I had a song? If Dancing with Ghosts was on here? Yeah, right. That'd be... I'd be like, okay, who made a very generous donation to some editor at the Rolling Stone to get our song on there? They would have had to have paid them thousands of dollars to bribe them to do that. Please, Mr. Postman is very similar to, yeah, that's what I figured it was. Is that a letter in your bag for me? Free, Duraclips, free the N-word in karaoke. If you're black, yeah, you say it all live long day. I don't care. But if you're a white guy or even a Hispanic guy got it one time because he said it, and like all these like black dudes were like, whoa, oh, no, bro, nah, hell nah. Like they did not appreciate that. If you're white, you can say it, but you got to deal with the consequences of your actions, my friend. So if you got the balls, then yeah, sure, go for it. But I don't think it's right personally. Like this is what I do. If I'm doing a rap song and there's an N-word in there, I substitute it for cracker. Same amount of syllables, ends with the same A, cracker, and it refers to myself being white. So it's the perfect substitution. I don't know why more people haven't caught on to cracker instead of the alternative. Notorious B.I.G., king of the out-of-breath wheezy rappers. Yeah, dude, the guy did sound out of breath a lot, too. Incredible lyricist. Mouthful of Malamars. Yeah, Marlboro's was a little too generous. It does sound like there's actually like some bread-like, cake-like substance in his mouth. The fat guy's voice sounds fat. Instead of using the N-word in a rap song, just change it to sucka a brother. Yeah, that Post Malone hopped on that bandwagon, and all my brothers on the bana feeling like a rock star. That works. Did you hear about Corey Feldman's Angels are making statements? So is the driver of his tour bus. Yes, I did research on the Feldog before I put out the video. I was thinking about including all that. At the end of the Feldman video, I did leave a clip in there of Margot Large, or whatever her name is, the Corey Feldman's music coordinator. She made a whole ass video about how he treated them like garbage. And yeah, Corey Feldman is a piece of shit. There was this guy in my comment section on that video who kept bringing up the fact that Corey was molested as a child by Hollywood pedophiles. He kept making it seem like that was that gave him a free pass to like go on and treat other people like shit and do a bunch of sketchy stuff to other people. It's like, dude, that's no excuse. I'm sorry that happened to him, and his mother should have been more like protective over her kid. Like, oh, what's her face? I was just reading his book, Leif Garrett's book, the other day. Oh, Brooke Shields' mom was like infamously protective over Brooke Shields, and that's why nothing fucked up ever happened to Brooke Shields. until she started dating Michael Jackson. But yeah, you got to be like a tiger in those situations. You can't just let your kid go off with some creepy old guy because it's gonna help him in the industry. Pineapple Moon, can't wait for you to make a Simple Minds album review. Probably never gonna happen, man. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't care for that band enough to do that. If people think At Home not singing along to DMX, they are solely mistaken. Forbidden Words are the most fun. Hey man, if you're in the privacy of your own home, you can say whatever the fuck you want as far as I'm concerned. I am not the language police by any means. I don't think it is smart to say it out in public. It's not really a word for white people to be saying to begin with. So, do all that at your own risk. But, I mean, shit, if you're in the privacy of your own home, do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. Corey's a damaged motherfucker, but it doesn't excuse him not paying anyone on his crew. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. Anyway, let's get through this list. How about that? Bad Bunny, Safaria. Do not give a fuck about Bad Bunny. Oh my God, look at all these fucking writers. All these fucking Latin artists with their goddamn billions of writers. What the fuck? And again, here's one of these 2020 songs. This list came out in 2021. And they're already saying a song that came out in 2020 is like, oh yeah, it's a classic. It's like, no, dude. Test of time. No one ever talks about this song at my gigs. And they do ask me to play Bad Bunny, but they never ask for this one. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 motherfucking writers. Still hasn't topped the list yet of most writers, because 16 was, there was some Latin song I did on my last video that had 16 writers. So 16 is still the number to beat here. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, absolutely great song. Personally, I'm burnt out on this song. I'm tired of it. But I 100% get why someone would say this is a classic song. And you gotta love the 4 writers being the 4 guys in the band. I love that. And they divide it 4 ways. That way nobody gets all butthurt about money. That's a smart thing to do if you want to keep your band together. There's a reason why Chili Peppers have been together for so long, because they're splitting everything equally, all the royalties. Even though Chad Smith is the drummer and he didn't write the lyrics, bands have the option to extend writing credits to someone who doesn't necessarily write the core component of the song. Rush is one of these bands that does this, because technically, Rush writes like Geddy and Alex write the music, Neil writes the lyrics. But they just decided to split it 3 ways because, what would Rush be without Alex Lifeson's guitar solos? What would Rush be without Neil Peart's drumming? You know what I mean? And Chili Peppers have that same dynamic. What would Chili Peppers be without Flea? What would they be without Anthony Kiedis' weird ass? John Frusciante's amazing songwriting on guitar. Chad Smith is one of the most solid rock drummers out there. So I get it. Mary J. Blige, Real Love. Yeah, that's a classic R&B song. Real love, I'm searching for some real love. Yep, that one stood the test of time. Still talked about, still listened to. Who is this? Rilo Kiley, Portions for Foxes. Came out in 2004. Never heard of this song, and somehow it's better than Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge. Okay. Never heard of this artist. Never heard of this song, guys. Weird. Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. Hell yeah. He looks like such a doofus on this album cover. What the fuck? I like how this is like supposedly the coolest motherfucker in punk rock, and he looks like a straight doofus. I'm assuming that's like that was like a conscious effort on his part to like look ironically dumb. Oh, David Bowie helped him write this song. That's when they were buddies. Was that the Berlin years? Yeah, it's Lust for Life's a great song. Iggy Pop is a legend. Billy Joel, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. The whole Billy Joel, I'm a fucking Italian American from New York. Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. I might or might not be involved in the mafia. The whole Italian stereotype shit that he plays into. By the way, I'm Italian, so I I can say any negative, stereotypical thing about Italians I want because I have the right. I have the Italian card. If my mom had married, or if my mom had been my dad, that sounds like some weird trans thing. I didn't mean it like that. If I took my mom's name, my name would be Joshua Cucurullo. But thankfully, I took my dad's last name, so I'm Josh Cannon, which my dad's English, Irish, whatever. But yeah, the whole fucking Italian scenes of an Italian restaurant. Billy Joel, he's from the neighborhood. Paisano. Oh, Maron, what are you doing? Where's the pepperoni? God, I'm so fucking cringe, dude. Why do you guys even watch this shit? Nah, this song kind of sucks. I don't like a lot of Billy Joel's songs. I do like, you might have a heart attack, you ought to know by now. I like that one part in the song. I like the song The Stranger because it's got funky bass line. I like Still Rock and Roll to Me. And I like, whoa, for the longest time. Whoa. Oh, also an underrated Billy Joel song, Matter of Trust. Sometime I gotta put it again. I can't even remember the melody that much, but it was like, dang. It's got this like kind of like catchy guitar riff. He's not playing guitar anymore. He's not playing piano anymore. He's rocking on guitar. That's a good song, underrated. You can't go the distance without some reason. Anyway, sorry guys. Everly Brothers, All I Have to Do Is Dream. Classic song, came out a long ass time ago. That's all I have to say about that song. Oh God, Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. Great song, classic Neil Young, gotta love it. I agree. U2, still haven't found what I'm looking for. Great song. Who can't relate to that fucking lyric, dude? I've climbed the highest mountains. I've peed on these city walls. He's done all this shit. I've banged a trans woman, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Who the fuck can't relate to any of that stuff? Because I've done all three of those things, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And I can just relate the fuck out of those lyrics. Okay, all jokes aside, that is a very relatable song. This was when YouTube still was a little humble before Bono became fucking insufferable. Although now that I think about the music video, he is kind of walking around hugging people like he's Jesus Christ. So he did actually still have some douchey pretension even back then. Oh, damn it. I guess you can't win them all. All right, let's check in with some of these comments here. I feel like I've made enough spicy statements that I have elicited some kind of reaction from people. Ashtray Decay, have you seen the latest Rex Viper show video they released? The audio sounds like it was recorded elsewhere, not at the show. LOL. They put the audio over the show video for YouTube. Ah, man, I'm gonna have to check that out now. Damn it, because that sounds god awful, and that sounds like something that I can dig my teeth into. Corey Cameron's, it's like a verse writing daisy chain. I don't remember what that's in reference to. I prefer Scar Tissue or Other Side as RHCP ballad. Oh yeah, me too. Both of those songs are far superior. I mean, that whole album you're talking about, Californication, is a far superior album to Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Come at me, bros. Blood Sugar is okay. It's too long of an album. They could have cut some of the songs off. Not super loving that funk like stuff as much. Californication was more alt rock, more like darker. Not nearly as funky. Just some good songs in general. I love Blood Sugar or Californication. Love that album. Classic album. Why do you think Roger Waters is miserable? Roger Waters is just a little brat who thinks that everything is like unfair, and he thinks he's this genius, which he is on some level. He is a genius, and he thinks that he's not appreciated enough. He's kind of a narcissist, though. Not gonna lie, he's kind of got some of that like Elliot Rodger energy. Kind of got some I am the supreme gentleman. I'm a genius. I am a god. Everyone should be worshiping me. And the fact that nobody is worshiping him, well, I'm sure some people worship Roger Waters from afar. But he's a guy who's very narcissistic, who feels like he hasn't gotten the respect he deserves. And that's why he's miserable, I think. Ashtray Decay. Have you seen Flea's first movie role, the first Suburbia? It was about squat punks in the 80s. He's actually a good actor, honestly, to me. You say his acting is horrible. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like he's got this kind of horrible, but it's Flea. So it's like he's got this whole brand of I do Flea. This is all I do. I'm one-dimensional. It's like any rappers who portray thugs in a movie. It's like, wow, you mean... It's like, wow, Tupac is a good rapper and a good actor. Oh, really? Oh, like in what was it, Boys in the Hood or Juice or whatever it is, where Tupac, who raps about being a gangster, is playing a gangster and he does a good job at doing that? Wow, what a surprise. What an artistic reach for Tupac to play a thug who has to shoot somebody. It's not like he doesn't rap about that in all of his songs. Anyway. Pedro Diaz, choose life. Don't know what it means. Super Anthony, Billy Joel, overrated. Abso-fucking-lutely, he's overrated. Corey Cameraman's Iggy was exceedingly drunk for that cover photo shoot. Is that a fact? Because he looks like he's feeling no pain. Do you like some Italian music? What is Italian music even? Are you talking about like Dean Martin? Volare, oh, oh, volare, oh. Is that Italian music? Because if so, no, I don't. Ducko, Iggy looked like the Joker. Yeah, kind of. Kerry Cameraman's Billy Joel really screwed over his drummer at 36 years. He's a huge prick. Really now? Oh, I'd like to hear about that. Do you like Billy Idol? No, I do not. I'm almost tempted to sing some of his music now. I do like Eyes Without a Face. That's a good song. Can't fuck with that one. Deadbeat Boy, Mamma Mia, Pomarola, Scancia. I don't know if those are words. Dirt Clips, I don't really like Billy Joel. Oh, here's 6 awesome songs of his I love. Hey, man, don't be like one of those internet fucking trolls, okay? I'm clearly not the smartest individual in the world. And what is it? I contradict myself constantly. My stupidity is part of my appeal. And the fact that you guys will expect me to have intelligent statements, I mean, good Lord, look at my hair. Like, I am not that intelligent of a person. Like, so don't expect me to make sense. And I'm an alcoholic, so, like, I don't drink during the day, but, like, I'm coming off a hangover right now. So, cut me a break. Super Anthony, I Still Haven't is a very religious song. Yeah, they say that's, like, got this gospel feel. I can see it. Not insulting you or doubting your roots at all, but how are all Americans Irish/Italian? Is it trendy thing to pick those? I don't know, man. My dad can't, like, he's like, our origins are okay. So my grandfather was from the old country, as they like to fuck, which I think is kind of corny. He was from the old country. No, my grandfather on my mom's side was full-blooded Italian who came here from Italy. So my mom would be half Italian. So yes, technically I'm quarter Italian, but much like Barack Obama is half black, half white, everyone calls him a black guy because he looks like a black guy. I don't look all that Caucasian. I look more Italian than I do Caucasian, so that's the only reason. Because I find it annoying too when someone's just American, because we're all mutts, right? We're all 1/4 this, 1/2 that. And then you'll get these white dudes who'll be like, oh yeah, I'm Irish, so of course I drink a lot. It's like, bitch, you're not Irish. You're like 1/8 Irish and you're white. So, and you're an alcoholic. That's why you can drink a lot, is because you're an alcoholic. It's not because you're Irish. It's like, sorry, you're uninteresting. Just like every other American, you're uninteresting. Go to another country. Then all of a sudden you're interesting. Then all of a sudden, hey, I'm an American. Wow. Here in Sweden, we don't see a lot of well, maybe they see a lot of Americans in Sweden. I don't fucking know. But either way, you're mostly going to run into people who are from that country, and now all of a sudden you're interesting. But if you're in America, I'm sorry, you're surrounded by other Americans. You're not that interesting. That goes double for you, Canada. No, I'm just joking. That was for Corey. Haha, I love you too, but Bono is insufferable. Yeah, that's generally the opinion that everybody has about Bono. Ashtray Decay, I found out the other day Billy Joe from Green Day, he released a song when he was 5 called Look for Love. Okay. The Rattle and Hum video for I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For is probably way less insufferable as it's more of a gospel. Yeah, that was that like some live thing that they put out? I think I saw that. It was just the band playing the song. It's not like him walking around Las Vegas hugging random people. I had an official release on my tiny label. You can hear it on YouTube, Ashtray Decay. It had an official release on a tiny label. Oh, okay. I don't really want to hear Billy Joel now, or Billy Joe Armstrong. I don't want to hear him now, so I definitely don't want to hear him when he was 5. No, mommy, where's... Oh, God, fucking... Daddy, where's Daddy? That fucking awful Red Hot Chili Peppers song that they did off their like first album. In my tier ranking list of Red Hot Chili Peppers, I labeled a lot like their first 3 albums were complete garbage, and I stand by that, man. Aside from maybe 1 or 2 like of the singles, like those first 3 Chili Peppers albums in the 80s were rough. They were rough listens. And then later on in their career, they went full circle and went back to being rough with songs like Cabron, Cabron. It's like such crap. Nowadays, I don't know what the fuck Anthony Kiedis is singing about. Like Underwater Mouth Dance was the name of one of their songs. Like, fuck off. So cringy, man. Flea will always be Needles from Back to the Future to me. Exactly. He was great in that movie. He wasn't as gangster before 95, 96. Who were we talking about again? I got lost in the sauce. Going back to acting for Suburbia, it wasn't just Flea's acting. Everyone was so bad. They didn't get actors, just punks from the scene. TSOL, the Vandals, a bunch of East Bay bands in it. Okay, I mean, so it's like a so bad it's good thing then. Manuel, I'm Italian. We have a lot of garbage music, but I love Pavarotti or Bocelli. The thing is that even if I'm Italian, I don't think it's a pleasant language for music. I agree. I don't really love the language in general. Like as far as how it sounds, no offense. I don't like the rolling nature of when you're talking Italian, and just some of the words sound really dumb that I've heard. Yeah, I don't think it's a great language for music either. German, on the other hand, that language sounds cool as fuck. Es klingt sehr cool aus. Deadbeat Boy Suburbia is a good movie. Damn, I might have to check it out. Corey, I'm very used to Canada being the butt of jokes. I know, as Canadians, you guys kind of have to have thicker skin when it comes to that. Italio disco is so good. Pretty much Italian synth pop. Yeah, there was definitely these that bouncy piano that you hear in a lot of early 90s techno that came from Italian house music, from what I heard. Having 6 songs that I like doesn't make someone great. Like, what about artists who have 6 great albums with hits and B-sides? I don't know the amazing Billy Joel album I have to have. Probably The Stranger, but even then, it's like, that's not that great. All right, 320, Tupac, California Love. California Love! Yeah, that's a great song. Love it. Classic. Great music video, too. You know, Jada Pinkett Smith almost directed that video because her and Tupac were buddies. But she ended up not doing it. I forget why. Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about as far as like a song that stands the test of time. This song has been played. Again, this is another, sad to say, this is another pharmacy ceiling music song where you're just waiting for your prescription to come through. I remember hearing this song at CVS for the 6 years I worked there. And, but yeah, no, I mean, it stood the test of time. Like, it's still talked about. People still sing it at karaoke. Yeah, it's a great song. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, when I say that a song needs to be out for a while. Give it some time before you start saying, oh, it's so great, it's a classic album. It's like, give it a fucking minute to establish that classic status. I think it's so, like, short-sighted that they would take a song from 2020 and, like, on a list that came out in 2021 and say, yes, this is one of the greatest songs of all. So short-sighted. Oh, I didn't know this song had a timely geopolitical theme. Back when we were doing Everybody Wants to Rule the World, we were really discussing the Cold War. We argued with the American record company about releasing it as a single. Yeah, Songs from the Big Chair is a classic album by Tears for Fears. Big Mama Thornton. Hound Dog. Yeah, this is the song that Elvis Presley stole from her and probably gave her no money. In all fairness, it was the Colonel, whatever his fucking name is, Elvis Presley's shrewd manager who was from like the Netherlands. Colonel Tom Parker probably did the stealing, but yeah. So yeah, this is one of many black artists that Elvis has stolen his hit songs from, which is shitty. But back in the day, that happened, and hopefully they rectified it and paid them the families of these people some residuals. Bob Dylan, Visions of Johanna, never heard the song. Don't really care for Bob Dylan. I'm sure it sounded like squeeze, squeeze, I'm sure it sounds something like that, so I'm not interested. The Shangri-Las, Leader of the Pack. I'm guessing this is some classic doo-woppy song from the 60s. Never heard it. Skipping. Oh God, John Coltrane. Yeah, he's a classic guy. Never heard Part 1 Acknowledgement, but John Coltrane, jazz master. So sure. I think there's a bug caught in one of my light soft boxes that's off camera. That's disturbing. Poor bug. The Stooges, I Want to Be Your Dog. Yeah, classic. Man, came out in 69. Jeez. Very innovative group, ahead of their time. That's why they belong on this list. Even though I may not like their music all that much, they were very innovative. What can you say? Oh, this is a great song. This is a wackadoo ass song, man. Smokey Robinson, The Miracles, Tears of a Clown. It's got that ding ding ding, ding 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 ding, ding ding ding, ring ding ding ding. That's how a song starts out or whatever. It's wacky, man. Lil Stevie Wonder wrote on this song. He was prolific guy. He has hand in a lot of pies, and when dealing with the Motown songs. Good for him, Lil Stevie. We got Chef from South Park, Isaac Hayes, Walk On By. Never heard this song. I've only heard the theme from Shaft by Isaac Hayes. Shame how he had the falling out with the South Park guys over fucking Scientology. This very book right here, you guys, it tore Isaac Hayes away from South Park. I still find it funny the amount of people who think I'm a fucking Scientologist. I am not dumb enough to believe in any religion, especially not Scientology. The Eagles Hotel hell yeah! This should have been way higher on the list. Hotel California by the Eagles, are you fucking kidding me? This song's amazing. Love the chord progressions. Gotta love that dual guitar solo at the end with those harmonizing arpeggios, that was beautiful. I know the noise I just made. No, this is a great song. Can't believe it's not higher up on the list. Those fucking rat bastards at the Rolling Stones. All right, let's see what the comments have to say. Giba Goosh. Unoriginal. Hey, what's up? Tears for Fears slaps. They do. Super Anthony. By the way, Tears for Fears' original version of Mad World I think is better and more fitting than the popular version in the 2000s. Oh yeah. No, I think both of them are good. Honestly, the Gary Jules version of Mad World, he took a song that was this electro synth pop thing. Okay, usually when people cover songs, they do one of two things. If it's a acoustic, more ballady song, the band will add rock distortion or a techno beat, and they'll make it like that. However, if it's more of a dancier song, like the original Tears for Fears one, they will strip it down and turn it into the soft acoustic thing. Those are the two most obvious things to do with a song. One cover that comes to mind that was very unique was Hurt. So you had Hurt by Nine Inch Nails, which was a soft ballad at times, and then it got a little bit heavier, but not really. Then Johnny Cash took it and made it almost like a country and western song, but it still had the same exact emotion because Johnny Cash was really able to tailor it to his life as an 80-something-year-old man who was probably going to die soon, who did die soon, and was like looking back at his life with these regrets. Anyway, I think they're both good versions, honestly. Oh no. We got plenty of 2019 songs coming up. Jesus Christ. God help me. Elvis didn't steal anything. Listen to the version of Hound Dog Elvis did versus the Mama Thornton, the Elvis version. I'm sure the Elvis version was better on a lot of these songs. But I mean, yeah, he took the song, and I don't think at the time any of these black artists got any royalties from that. And that's just straight up fucked. I don't care if I like the music or not. That is a fucked up thing to do. Tears for Fears have some tunes. Mad World is a classic. Classic dark sense. Shit goes on the amazing British accent. Thank you. I know it was amazing. It actually sounded more Australian probably. That's what I'm always told anytime I try to do a British accent. It's a really good song is Coldest Winter by Tears for Fears. Kanye sampled it it was Memories Fade, I think. It was either Memories Fade or Coldest Winter. To the coldest winter. Hey, I'm not going to try to sing it because I don't remember lyrics good enough. Amazing Bob Dylan impression. Thank you. It was spot on. I know. It was a perfect Bob Dylan impression. Nobody could believe I could do such a good impression. Even I couldn't believe I said, wow, that was a great Bob Dylan impression. What? Visions of Johanna is a great tune. I've not heard it. But I imagine it sounds like this. Corey, a man in Reno, a German am I? Weird Al's a yeah. A man in Reno, a German am I? Yeah. Bob by Weird Al. Look it up, guys. Whole song made specifically from palindromes. Protopunk, hell yeah. Shirley Tracks of My Tears by Smokey would be top 100 amazing song. Nope. Only made it to 300s. John Coltrane is amazing. Even if you're not a fan of jazz, you'll love Coltrane. I do like old jazz. I like Miles Davis. I need to start listening to more of that. Hotel California is way too low for a top. I know. And you're making me nervous and angry with especially considering what's coming up next. I'm preparing my anger right now. Isaac Hayes versus Barry White. Who had the better voice? I haven't listened to enough Isaac Hayes to even be able to weigh in on that. Poor Isaac Hayes, but also how South Park did that episode with all his sound bites, laughing my fucking ass off. They didn't even have to try to make it sound. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Children, I want to sodomize your asshole, or whatever they did. That shit was funny. Why are all these messages saying message retracted? Are you guys removing your own messages, or is somebody else removing it? Please let me know. Deadbeat Boy, when I first heard Tears for Fears, I thought it was Depeche Mode because the vocal. Yeah, they do. All 80s vocals in that genre sounded like that. They called it the new romance genre, and like OMD and Simple Minds and all those bands had that like just very sometimes I feel I want to, just the over exaggerated baritone voice. I did a whole video on the evolution of vocals throughout the years. You should go check it out. It's actually a very interesting video. You just dig through it because I talk about how vocals tones in the 80s had this very that kind of tone, and then I explore the 90s, and then I go into like the 2000s emo vocals, and then the 2000 it's an interesting video. You should check it out. What do you got here? That footage of Tom Cruise on the Freewinds tunelessly barking out old-time rock and roll on his birthday is truly astonishing. The Scientology guys really do treat him as they do. And that shit was so cringy, dude. Tom Cruise felt like a rock. You could tell he felt like he was such a rock star in that video. How can Hotel California be any higher? If it were higher, you couldn't fit in the great oh my god, don't trigger me right now. My message retracted ones are because of typos. And no way. Oh, okay. Good to know. All right, let's get through this list. Doors, Light My Fire, absolutely classic song. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come and set my balls on fire. 309, Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine. No, this is a classic ass song. People sing it at karaoke all the time. It's still relevant. Love it. Come on, hurt me, baby. Liz Phair, divorce song. Is this one of her Exile from Guyville? Yes, it is. Well, okay, first of all, what a stupid fucking name for a album, Exile from Guyville. And it's supposedly this like fantastic like album from the early 90s. And then she went on to like just completely sell out with that song. Why can't I dream whenever I think about you? Or sleep, or no, why can't I breathe whenever I think about you? And then she did that weird album Fun Style that Todd in the Shadows did a fantastic Train Records on, where she essentially lost her mind and did an album that's just as bad as Corey Feldman and his Angels. I shit you not. Gnarls Barkley Crazy. Yeah. It was a throwback song. It was throwback to like old kind of like down tempo funk with this great undeniable chorus with these like classic retro sounding string arrangements in the chorus. Yeah, I can sign off on this song being on this list and being, you know, I mean, I don't think it's better than a lot of the songs. That's why I had my whole rule I said earlier. If it's a song that came after the 2000s, it automatically doesn't deserve to be higher than a song that's before the 2000s that has stood the test of time a lot longer. Because, I mean, that's what makes something great, is something that stands the test of time, right? Because if it didn't stand the test of time, that means it wasn't that great. People stopped listening to it. I feel like my logic makes sense there. Aretha Franklin, Chain of Fools, of course. Chain of Fools. Aretha Franklin. The Police, Every Breath You Take. They better have some more Police songs that are higher up. Sure, Every Breath You Take is fine. Synchronicity is one of my favorite albums. Great album. But I'm thinking like Wrapped Around Your Finger, King of Pain, Synchronicity Part 2. These are all better albums off of that. A better song. These are all better songs off of that album. Oh, hell yeah. Kraftwerk Trans Europa Express. This song is fantastic. This album's fantastic. This band essentially, certainly maybe not have created electronic music, but they definitely put it on the fucking map. Their melodies stand the test of time. I have one of my CDs on my set of my thing here is a Kraftwerk album, because their music was so influential to me growing up, and their melodies, I'm telling you, man, their melodies are just fantastic. Simple electronic pop music with some awkward German guys. Gotta love it. Trans Europa Express. That's how the German version goes, because there's German versions of the albums and there's like English versions. And I like the German versions a lot better, because it's like that's how they intended it to sound, and then they had to like adjust it for English, which doesn't always work so well. Oh, TLC, No Scrubs. I gotta say, man, even though this song is just barely making it under the 2000 thing, this is a classic pop song. It stood the test of time. Again, I gotta harken back to the karaoke thing. People constantly singing this fucking song in karaoke. This was kind of a career comeback for TLC, because like they had kind of like fallen off a little bit. Then they came out with this shit in '99. It kind of like upped their cachet as a pop group. Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. I mean, yeah, it's mainstream. You know, a lot of people like talk about this song and sing it or whatever. But I think Wish You Were Here or Welcome to the Machine is the far more innovative song, with the use of synthesizers and the epicness of that song in general. Shit, I would have even take Have a Cigar over Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here is honestly the most boring song on the album. Not to say it's a bad song by any means, because it's not, but I've never been a fan of Wish You Were Here. How I wish you were here. We're just, I mean, I won't blow your ears out with that. Bob Seger, Night Moves. Sure, classic artist, classic song. Now we're getting into 200, people. We're getting there. I'm gonna come There was no need for me to say that. Load more, jackass. Okay, well, I'm waiting for it to do that. Oh, shit, just slapped that right in my face. Did I hit it too many times? Yeah, no, 300. We're good. Rock Lobster. It was a great song. But it wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster. Yeah, the that organ hook, that makes the song. Well, and the don 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 da 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 da. Those two riffs make that song. You could have put any vocal over that, and the song still would have been a hit. Catchy ass guitar riff, catchy ass creepy organ melody, fantastic combo. If you ask me. What do we got here? Screaming Jay Hawkins, I Put a Spell on You. Yeah, classic. Came out in the 50s. Wow. Yeah, man. Classic song, especially around Halloween time. Ah, fuck you, Bruce Springsteen. What a pretentious douche. He's a nice guy. He's not that pretentious, honestly, but like, I mean, he's one of like the better human beings in the music world. But I just can't fuck with this like, aw shucks, down home New Jersey regular guy thing. I don't like his music. I don't care for his voice. It's fine if you like it, but I never could be bothered to give a fuck. Beach Boys, wouldn't it be nice? Love this song, love this album, love the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older then? Anyway, I gotta warm my voice up before I start doing these videos. All right, let me read these comments because I've been going through a lot of these songs. I don't want to miss out. Liz Fair has a song called Fucking Run. Enough said. Jesus. I mean, if she's down. Super Anthony, Crazy is in no way better than Ain't No... No, I agree, but it's Rolling Stone. What are you going to do? Definitely No More Police After... Oh, come on, man. Stop spoiling shit for me on Original. That sucks. King of Pain is such a great song. My favorite Police tune. Yeah, it is a great song. The lyrics are very, like, meta or... I don't know what you would call it. Like, there's a little black spot in the sun today. Is my soul up there? There's a spider caught in a... Or bird caught in a spider web. Is my soul up there? Is a flagpole rag and the wind won't stop. Is my... Like saying that his soul... Which like fit into the synchronicity concept of like everything being tied together as one. So like if you see some like horrible thing or something that looks like it's distressed, is like is that causing me pain as well? Because we're all interconnected. Synchronicity Part 2, that song has some even more meta, deep lyrics talking about this angry dad pulling up to this suburban nightmare that he finds himself in. He's like a cog in the wheel, and somehow that anger and frustration is manifesting this monster in this Scottish loch, like many miles away, as they say in the song. And this monster is like approaching this cabin to like terrorize these people, and the manifestation of that monster was caused from this other person who was in this totally different situation, but his anger manifested this other thing because we're all interconnected. And synchronicity, like Sting really tried to do some conceptual shit with that that whole thing, and I think it's super fascinating. People don't write lyrics like that anymore. Very prog of you, Sting. Deadbeat Boy can't have Electronica without Kraftwerk. Sure as shit can't. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. And I keep vaping, so two smart things going on here. Spider Human, oh god, no, okay, I can't, guys, don't spoil this for me. Dupe Foop, I feel like 20 plus years is long enough to see if something stands the test of time. Songs released in the last 5 or 10 years are definitely questionable. I agree. Especially if they, why do I sound like, but especially if they came out in, you know, a year or two before this fucking album, this article was written. Ashtray Decay, Kraftwerk inspired so much early New Order, like right after, dude, yeah, like they, like Computer World, this album I have here came out in 1981, and this wasn't even their first album. This was like their third or fourth album. Just so much like innovative stuff going on with Kraftwerk. Don't sleep on Kraftwerk if you haven't listened to them. All right. Autobahn is up there with Black Sabbath's first album. First album is one of the most truly original and influential albums ever. Music would sound totally different had they not existed. 100%. You can totally compare Kraftwerk and Black Sabbath. Two different lanes of traffic, but they were both trailblazing equally. NP Welcome to the Machine is amazing. Dude, when I heard that song as a kid, it gave me an eargasm. I had goosebumps. I didn't know music existed like that when I first heard Welcome to the Machine. I had just heard like the shit on the radio. I had a vague idea what music was, but I didn't know what music could be. And when I heard Welcome to the Machine, I heard what music could be. I was like, dude, I am all aboard on whatever this is. I mean, think about it. When you're a kid, you don't know what music is. What is it? What does it mean to you? It's this shit you can't see. It's invisible. It's this thing that can only be perceived through sound, which is just invisible frequencies in the air. Music is magic, you guys. That's all I'm trying to say. It's magic, okay? And now my nipples are lactating because I got too emotional and I'm gonna have to clean it up. Anyway. Super Anthony, your feelings on Wish You Were Here are like my feelings on Light My Fire. I think the Doors have way more Yeah, no, I agree about that with the Doors too. Like Peace Frog or whatever it's called, or Touch Me, Baby, whoever that song's called. Like all that shit is better than Light My Fire. That's like the fucking Walmart of Doors songs. Wish You Were Here balances the other songs of the album. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice, I guess, after hearing all the trippiness of Shine On You Crazy Diamond and when Welcome to the Machine, it's a nice soft place to land, I'll say that. Because it's kind of a love song, you know, and Pink Floyd never does love songs. So, I mean, I agree. Unoriginal Bob Seger is Michigan pride at its finest. Hey, I mean, you got Bob Seger and you got Insane Clown Posse. What else is there to say? Ashtray K. Oh my God, I'm gonna come. There was no need to say that. Yeah, no, there wasn't. I shouldn't have said that. I don't know why I said that. I'm amused by your dislike of the boss. He's got some great songs, man. Yeah, man, he's not my boss, and if he was, I'd quit. The only thing to come from Bruce Springsteen was Max Weinberg, yeah, and then his son, who gave Slipknot a few good years of drumming, and then Slipknot, like a bunch of dicks, kicked him out. I just really dislike Bruce Springsteen's voice, but he's a great guitar player. I don't know. Is he? I mean, he's probably a good guitar player. I don't know if I'd go with great. Great take on the Police. Sting is a very talented dude. I agree. Unoriginal. I think Mother is a great Police song. Yeah, I like that song. That song's in 7/4 if you listen to. No, it's in 5/4. It's like no, it's in 7/4. It's dun 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 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1. It's in a weird time signature. Oh, the telephone is ringing. Is that my mother on the phone? Oh, mother. Stuart Copeland went ape shit on that song. You guys go listen to the Police song Mother. He's literally like having a fit, just a fanatical fit, like, oh, the telephone is ringing. Is that my mother on the phone? It's got this like circus music in the background, like kind of like Arabic guitar playing. It's great. I fucking love that song, Mother. And then it goes right into Miss Gradenko, which is a great song to, you know. Anyway, fucking Synchronicity by Police, dude. You gotta check it out. I love the Synchronicity album. The only song that I'm not a fan of is Walking in Your Footsteps, kind of a childish and I fucking love that song. It's about like nuclear war. Basically like how we're making the same mistakes that were made back in the day. There's a fucking mosquito buzzing above me. Did I get it? No, I just pissed him off. Now he's flying closer to me. God damn it. Whatever. All right, let's move on here, guys. Where's that fucking mosquito? Now I'm afraid he died and landed in my hair. Dude, I got OCD out the ass, guys. Like, shit like that really bothers me. Like, I must find the corpse of this mosquito, or I at least need to feel like he's not on me. All right, whatever. I'm losing my fucking mind. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Would Synchronicity be in your top 50 albums of all time? Fucking A, it would. Bikini Kill Rebel Girl. This is a 90s, what is it? A Riot Girl? Riot Rock? I know it's a genre. They're one of those Riot Girl groups. I need to check this group out. I've said that about every group, and we'll see if it actually fucking happens. Hopefully it does. Up next, we got The Who, Won't Get Fooled Again. Sure. Who song. Great. Good stuff. I agree. The Velvet Underground, Loaded? Or Sweet Jane. I've heard this song. Yeah, it's fine. Lou Reed, Velvet Underground, sure. Andy Warhol, painting pictures of dicks. Didn't he do that? Did Warhol paint pictures of schlongs? Alice Cooper, School's Out. Disagree. Hate this song. This song sucks. I don't like Alice Cooper. I think he's a cornball. I think he's hacky. Yeah, what he was doing in the 70s was innovative for the time, but it was still corny. School's out for summer. I mean, it's like the dude was way out of school by that point, and it felt like a Hello Fellow Kids song to me, even way back in the 70s. Like doing a rock song about no more teachers, no more homework, school's lame, am I right? This song sucks. I know it's a classic song. It's lame, though. Ghost loves Alice, confirmed. Yeah, you're right. I'm playing tough here, but I really do love fucking Alice Cooper. I just don't want you guys to find out. Tribe Called Quest, Can I Kick It? I play this song at the end of almost all of my gigs. It is a cool little 90s rap song before rap got a little scary there. Came out in 90, a little bit before, I don't know if it was at the same time as NWA's Fuck the Police, or if it was, I think Fuck the Police came out in 89. Anyway, the Tribe Called Quest was a rap group that made white people feel like safer. So I think they were more universally like accepted at the time, although looking back, both of those styles of rap groups, they both still have respect. Tribe Called Quest has respect with the indie kids. NWA still has respect with also the indie kids, but also like, I think most rappers and rap aficionados acknowledge that Fuck the Police was a classic album. And as aggressive as the NWA might have been, they have a song on there like called Respect Yourself, and that's like totally positive and about not doing drugs and all that. So it's like NWA weren't all like, gangsters and all that. They had some positive shit too. But now it's funny on here. It says writers Lou Reed. Now that's kind of fucked up because yes, they very much sampled Take a Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed. And, there's that mosquito. Good. That means he's not in my hair somewhere. But like the rappers wrote their own lyrics. The rappers wrote like verses. Like they didn't use any of, they weren't like, hey man, take a walk on the wild side. Like no, they like rapped over the song. So I don't know why they wouldn't get, that means all the royalties to that song went to Lou Reed and not to Tribe Called Quest. That kind of sucks. That really sucks, actually. That was their biggest hit. Oh, my boy, Philly C. Yes, look at that handsome man. Back when he was handsome. Oh, God. I'm dying. Bro, this is one of the greatest songs of all time. I don't give a fuck who you are. This song was innovative, electronic, like pop, electronic. Those fucking gated reverb drums come in at the end. Bladoom, 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 bladoom. I mean, and then the bass line. Dude. This song fucking, this song fucks. This song, cannot believe it's this low on this list. I don't have to say anything about In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. You guys already know. You guys already fucking know. This song is amazing. Usher, yeah. Ugh, God, I hate that it came right after Phil Collins. How you gonna do me like that? This is a classic song. Yes, you can play this song to this day, and not only will people dance to it, but it sounds like it was produced today. The production on this song doesn't sound dated to me, at least. Probably because it's so simple. Like the riff is like 3 notes. Boo-deep, boo-deep. Booty, booty, with like a beat, and it's like kind of hard to fuck it up when it's that simplistic, but the production, like the bass is nice and crisp, hits hard. Yeah, it is a classic song. I just hate that it had to follow right after Phil fucking Collins. But I guess I'll have to get over that and dry my tears. Let me see here. Do you know mosquitoes are attracted to the color blue? Is that true? My hair's more teal. Does that matter? Secretively is up there for me. Ashtray Decay, damn the mosquito. I've diagnosed OCD, so I feel your freaking pain. Dude, if I see like a little gnat and it like flies by me and I don't see where it went, I automatically feel like it flew inside of me and is now on me or in me, and I start freaking out. I fucking hate bugs. Ask any crackhead or alcoholic who has OCD, and we will both tell you we fucking hate bugs. Because I don't know if it's my DTs or not. I'm just kidding. I don't have DTs yet. Those are, for those of you who don't know, those are called delirium tremens. It's for people who are such bad alcoholics that they start hallucinating. And for whatever reason, bugs are like the number one hallucinogen for crackheads and people withdrawing from alcohol. So anytime I see a bug, I'm just like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want you landing on me. I stay away. I have an indoor bug zapper for that reason, dude. I'm fucking nuts. I'm not on medication for it right now, so that's probably another thing. The reason I'm not on medication is because whenever I drink alcohol, it pretty much negates the effectiveness of the OCD medication, and I'm not going to stop drinking, so it's kind of like, oh well, guess you're just going to have to deal with your OCD. Bikini Kill's music is pretty bad, to be honest. That's good to know. Thank you for telling me that before I went in and listened to the album. I wish more people would tell me, hey, by the way, don't waste your time listening to that because it's not good. I actually find that as a very helpful service. Won't Get Foothold Again should be much higher. Yeah, I agree. I mean, The Who, one of the classic of rock bands. School's out for summer. Yeah, that song sucks. There's that fucking Oh my god. I just got done talking about you, you motherfucker. Come here. Oh, you're on my computer chair. Did I get it? I have some of its debris on my finger. I think I got it. Sorry, guys. I gotta fucking make sure. I gotta confirm the kill. Where's the body? Oh, yes. Fucker's mushed against the thing. I got him. I wasn't crazy after all. That mosquito existed. So I gotta wash my hands now. Obviously, because I'm contaminated. Oh, God. Shit, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, I'm mentally stable as fuck. I took the opportunity to piss, too, so now I don't have to pee. The Who, fucking right, blah, blah, blah. There has to be a song you heard when they... Okay, I gotta read this out loud again. There has to be songs you heard when they came out. You knew they would be a guaranteed classic, any like that. There should be a 5-year minimum to be on the list, though, at least. Yeah, no, I think there should be definitely a minimum. Because though you might feel like a song that came out is an instant hit, that is for, like, I don't know, like Lil Nas X is already fallen off, dude. Old Town Road Kid, Montero, What I Want, he had like 3 or 4 hit songs, and he's kind of fallen off. And yet he got all these accolades when he first came out, and it's like, guys, give it time, because when they fall off, then you look like a fucking idiot. You look like a jackass. Ghost, you ever play BattleBit? No, I have not. Wait, okay, so what's this hot take? School's Out is as shallow of crap that's out now. I don't know if it's as shallow. There are literally songs, you guys, out now. There's some rap song, and the dude's saying, "Let that coochie breathe. Let that coochie breathe." I can't really think of a more disgusting lyric than that. So we've pretty much hit peak vapidity at this point. So yeah. NWA's music primarily focused on bussy. What the fuck? The shit you guys say, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, this whole album's about boy pussy, you know what I'm saying? Or yeah. Oh, God. Durclips. Lou Reed and his estate makes 100% of that song. Yeah, that for the Tribe Called Quest song, that's rough, man. In the Air Tonight, 100% deserves to be here. Yep. Do, boom, boom, boom. Nice. You actually typed out the fill and I read it. Actually, Phil should be in top 25. Dude, the writers at Rolling Stone, who are probably all in their 20s, they will never there's not a snowball's chance in hell that Phil would ever get in the top 25. No way. Oh, God. Was in the air tonight. Was in the air tonight the first song with gated reverb? Let me think. Yes, and it was then okay. It was either Peter Gabriel's Intruder, because Intruder came out in 1980 as well. And Phil Collins plays drums in both. Intruder starts out doom, doom, ga, doom, doom, ga. And it very much had I want to say first song was Intruder, and then Phil used it on In the Air Tonight, because Phil loved that gated reverb sound. He fucking loved it. He used it on all his solo material in the 80s. And some in the 90s, too, because both sides of the story had gated reverb in it for sure. Anyway. Let's see here. I love it when you guys argue with each other in the chat. It's fun. It's like funny to me because I can just step outside of the situation and eat my popcorn. Ashtray Decay. Oh, yeah, NWA's cover of Respect Yourself. Totally a positive song. I don't smoke weed or cess because brains damage on a mic. Don't manage nothing. Don't be a zero. Be a hero. Respect yourself. Oh, that's a cover? I didn't know that was a cover. I'm respecting with my full capabilities. Something that, you know, that song was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater like 4, and that's the only reason I know that song. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm this big, like, oh man, I'm a huge NWA fan. In fact, most motherfuckers when they talk about NWA, they go, "Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Cops bring me down 'cause I'm brown," and that's all they got. They can't sing another fucking verse on that. Fucking white people. And the other night's so good it makes me forget not to say forgive garbage like Sussudio. Sussudio is garbage, kinda, but man, it's so well produced. It's as slick as like a Michael Jackson song. Nat and Ghost Bussy confirmed. Jesus Christ. Just keep saying that random shit. You're making me laugh. What do you think of Bleach by Nirvana? I think it's just okay. Nirvana's first record is okay. It's got some potential. It's pretty damn good, but it's not great. And I don't think anybody calls Bleach great, to my knowledge. I think it's just okay. It's School, or I like that one. No recess! No recess! That's a pretty cool song. About a girl. I mean, they got some good songs on there, but man, who would have thought they would have went from Bleach to Nevermind in the songwriting category? Like, that was a fucking jump, man. Like, crazy. And then who would have thought they went from Nevermind to In Utero, where the songs just got like, fuck mainstream popularity. We want to destroy any kind of mainstream cred that we had. And hey, good for them. I got nothing against that. I just don't really care for In Utero that much. It's kind of a depressing album to listen to. Better a mosquito, oh my god, than a cockroach. Stop freaking me out here, guys. Same with Adderall and weed. What, you feel like you have like delirium, like when you're having withdrawals. I went to the Presley route with addiction. No to alcohol. Yes to abusing prescription opioids. Oh, I've went the Presley route with addiction. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, opioids. I don't know. They're both really bad, but opioids make you constipated, and that's not cool. Opioids, like that, when you're talking about opioids, you can be talking all the way to like OxyContin, which is like, you know, synthetic opium. It's heroin essentially. My dad was anyway, I won't get into my fucking family history. Why don't I not tell a bunch of strangers my family history? Where's the body? I dispose of that body. Mosquito lives matter. No, they don't. Mosquito lives do not matter. I think I read an article one time that said scientists don't actually know what the purpose of mosquitoes are, aside from maybe being a food source for other animals. Like, but what does the mosquito actually do to benefit the environment? Because like almost every creature benefits the environment in some way or another. But like scientists are like, we don't know what mosquitoes, what purpose they serve other than being a food source. What music video was the most fun to make for Dancing with Ghosts, and what was the most rewarding when it was done? The most rewarding when it was done would probably be our latest one, 7 Years of Broken Mirrors, because there was a lot of shooting involved. We shot it at this place called Selfie Showroom, where it had all these different rooms with all these sets, which made like filming all these interesting locations so easy. It was like a godsend to find out about that place. But there was so much editing and so much extra footage we had to grab, and so that one was the most satisfying. The most fun to make would be the Audacity, which was the song before that, because we had a professional video crew come in and film that song for us, so we didn't have to do shit. We just showed up and played on stage in front of all of our extras or fans or whatever who were you know, getting down and rocking out for us, which I was like really humbled that they would show up. And man, we did like a dozen takes of this audience having to rock out to our song, and they all just did it, and they were so cool about it. And it like really like, it was really touching to sound like a fucking wuss right now. It was really touching. No, it was though, to like have all these people like do that and support us in that way. It's something that Rex Viper will never experience in their entire career. And then the beeline of the Audacity music video was we went to a Smash Room and we were literally just breaking shit with baseball bats, and that was so fun. I'd never had that much fun doing a music video. So if you guys want to check out the music video for the Audacity, it is on my YouTube page, and that was a lot of fun making that video. And all the extras in the crowd were either fans or friends, so that was a lot of fun. And then 7 Years of Broken Mirrors is a much more elaborate video, and I think it turned out to be visually very good. Thank you for asking me about my band so I could stroke my own wang there for a little bit. That must be a good mic because I heard everything. Oh, did you? Did you wash? Oh, you heard me taking a piss too? Nice. Did you wash your hands good, sir? Yes, I did. I got OCD. Of course I fucking did. Redbird, early 2K had more depth than hip-hop now. Yes, I agree with that. I agree early rap had more depth. Just easier to play at my gigs because you could dance to it easier. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Score had a great... most of the THPS had great soundtracks, but 1 and 2 had the best soundtracks. I don't care what anyone says. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 had the best soundtracks. I did a whole-ass video about the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtracks. I wish you guys would check it out. That video performed poorly because that was before I started doing all the Rex Viper AVGN shit, so I didn't have as many subs. People weren't as engaged in my content as they are now. So if you go retroactively watch that video, that would mean a lot to me. I put a lot of work into a lot of my older videos, and now they're starting to get some love from people. People are going back and watching these good videos I did that I put a lot of work into. I got some good content, guys. You just gotta go back and watch it. So Studio's catchy garbage, I agree. NWA's version of Respect Yourself, the music and chorus, cover, lyrics, the rest. Okay, I got you. That's why Elvis died on toilet. Constipation, man. Yeah, man. We deserve the Josh list to top 100 songs. That would be fun to make. That'd be hard to make. God, that would be hard. And then, dude, if I did a top 100 list of my favorite songs and albums, it would be in no particular order. I would do the top 10 in order, and then everything outside top 10 would have to be in no particular order, because that's one of the hardest parts about doing these lists is, well, how do you rate the song, and how do you put that above that and before that, and that's where it gets all tricky. So Dupe Foop watched the THPS video. Been going, and also Ashtray Decay has been going through the videos. I liked watching your tour behind the scenes one. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you watching this stuff, guys. It means a lot to me. I wish you had talked about 3 though, because that was my favorite one. So I'm guessing you're younger than me. So I'm 35. The third one had some pretty good songs. It had like "Wish" by Alien Ant Farm, which was a cool song. It had didn't have like "Let's Get Dirty" on there. It had that AFI song, "The Boy Who Sold the World," which was a good song. Yeah, had some good ones. Josh is inspiring me to make AVGN videos so people would actually care about me. Hey, man. I'm just saying, you gotta, every artist, every band, every act did one thing that brought people to the party. Whether it's a band in their first song is a cover song like, "Come on, feel the noise," like Quiet Riot, that was a cover of a Slade song. That was not an original, but it brought people to the party. I'm sitting here talking about this huge content creator that is way more popular than me, has way more fans, and that's why people gave a shit about my videos all of a sudden, is because I'm talking about something that they care about, and then they look at my shit, and it's like, oh, well, he's got good content too, and yeah, I mean, you do what you gotta do, and it's not grifting, it's not whatever. I genuinely wanted to talk about that shit. I really wanted to talk about Rex Viper and how awful that shit was. I wanted to touch on some of the stuff that the forums were talking about, as far as like James's all his weird isms and all that. I wanted to cover that. And I thought it was fun doing like the State of Cinemassacre, and covering the stuff the channel has done throughout the year. That was all stuff I genuinely wanted to do. If it was grifting, it would be like I had no interest in doing it, and I just did it because I knew it was going to get views. It's like, no, I had fun making those videos, and yeah, I'll probably make some in the future. One I do want to do, and I was thinking about asking Frankie if he wanted to join me on this one. My top 10 favorite AVGN episodes. I think that would be an interesting video to make, because that would be pretty easy. I could easily come up with like 10 episodes he did that I really, to this day, still enjoy. And it would be a positive take on it for once. It's not me just shitting on AVGN all the time, which I've done plenty of that. So we'll see. All right, 289, Bruce Springsteen's Atlantic City. Is that the one? No. That's the Little River group that Atlantic City. I don't know this song, and it's Bruce Springsteen, so I don't care. What do we got? The Funky 4+1, that's the joint. Came out in 1980. All right, what's the story with this song? Some groundbreaking acts never got to make an album. The Funky 4+1, an effervescent, explosive OG Bronx rap crew featuring the pioneering female MC Sharrock, was one, but the group broke up shortly after performing their second single on Saturday Night Live in 1981. Wow, they were on Saturday Night Live. The first hip-hop group ever to appear on the show. Quote, "We made it easier for the next generation to be able to explode from it." Sharrock's, okay. So if they never released an album, how did this song get on the radio unless they just released like a 45, like a single? AC/DC, You Shook Me All Night Long. Should be way higher up on the list, but the writers at Rolling Stone hate rock, so what do you expect? Yep, great song. You shook. I'm not even going to try to do his voice. I'm just going to hurt myself. ABBA, Dancing Queen, classic pop song. ABBA is freakishly... They're aliens. They're fucking Swedish aliens that came to Earth and came out with some of the most advanced pop music that was so ahead of its fucking time. Like, these guys are pop geniuses. These are the forefathers and sisters, or mothers, of pop. Pop music legends, ABBA. I hope they have more songs higher up. And I'm not even a huge ABBA fan, but I can recognize greatness when I see it. Say my name, say my name. This song absolutely is like right there with TLC's No Scrubs as one of those female group songs of the late 90s that totally stood the test of time. Now, this was when Destiny's Child had 4 members. Which one got kicked out? I think it was her. That's Kelly Rowland. And then Michelle was the other one who stayed. Maybe that was the one who got kicked out. She looks the most average out of the 4. I don't know. Beyonce was pretty fucking hot back then. Nowadays, everyone makes such a big deal about how hot Beyonce is. I don't know. When she was younger, I thought she was pretty attractive, but now I don't know. I've lost my attraction. Leonard Cohen, Suzanne. This is a fantastic song. Peter Gabriel's cover of this song is incredible. You gotta listen to Peter. It's a rarity. So I don't even know if it's on Spotify. It might be. It's definitely on YouTube. Listen to Peter Gabriel's cover of Suzanne. It's incredible. Love it. Georgia on My Mind, Ray Charles. Yeah, classic song. Absolutely. Have you ever noticed that Peter Gabriel and Ray Charles have similar sounding voices? That raspy baritone. They sound similar to me. INXS. What song is it? Never Tear Us Apart. Yeah, that's a great song. I love this album cover. I don't know why. It looks like the poster to some 80s movie. I think that's why I like it. And why does Michael Hutchins or whoever look like Johnny Depp in this picture? I don't know. I don't know why I like this album cover so much. I just do. Great song. Don't know if it belongs to be higher than all the other songs I just talked about, but that's the nature of the beast now, apparently. Oh, is this grinding? Oh, dude. Me and my friends would do the beat to this song on our desks all the time. Boom, ga, boom, ga, boom, ga. Ba 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 ba. I don't remember if that's the exact beat, but no, this was a really cool song. Fucking the Neptunes production on this shit just showed the earliness of their genius to come on other pop and rap songs. Sorry if I keep hitting the mic accidentally. I have bad spatial awareness apparently. Beatles, Penny Lane. Look, guys, if it's a Beatles song, yes, it's Rolling Stone automatically. Not even gonna do. Oh yes, okay, computer. What do we got on here? Karma Police. Yeah, I guess it was a single. Whatever. Sure. What are these comments talking about? Let's see what people are saying. I'm a like 6 years younger than you. So you're what, 29? Yeah, okay. So that makes sense that you would have like more of an appreciation for THPS3. Porkboy23 went back and watched the REM video and really enjoyed it. Are you talking about the tier list one that I did? Thank you. A lot of people liked that one. It was fun to make. I put most of their albums in S tier because REM doesn't really do much bad music. Mono Grinded. I just wish the first game had more songs. They LOL, they loop so quick. If you play the N64 version, it's even worse. Dude, the N64 version of the Tony Hawk songs is hot garbage. I talk about all that in the video. You should give it a watch if you haven't. I'm definitely not shitting on you for the AVGN stuff. I totally get it, and he's an interesting topic. I've been wanting to rank every AVGN video. It's just oh, dude, that'd be fucking. He's got too many fucking episodes for that. That'd be impossible. There's a lot of Springsteen on this list. Makes me wonder if he appears on the list the most. Yeah, he's one of those guys that's like it's safe to like. He's not offensive. It's very safe to be like, oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen. He's like the shit. Like, he's always been very like I don't know, not social justice, but like forward leaning. I don't know what to say about it. Dancing Queen should be top 100. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. ABBA, where did those melodies come from? I know, dude. Those songs are so deceptively complex, incredible harmonies and hooks that slap you silly. I love them. I know. You can't deny ABBA. Like, they've got like a million songs, and they're all like just these harmonies and these hooks. It's like, this is what a pop song is supposed to be. Like, a great hook, like, just, I don't know, man. Where did that band come from? Mono Grinded, what was your first game console ever? So, the family owned the original Nintendo, the one that came out in 86 in the US or whatever. That was the family's gaming console. My brother bought the Super Nintendo. Then he bought the N64. And then he bought the PlayStation 2. And I was just allowed to play these systems. None of them were mine. The first game console I ever bought with my own money, that was my motherfucking game console, and no one else's was the GameCube. And I loved that thing. And everyone shat on it at the time. All the publications were saying the GameCube wasn't as powerful. Dude, come to find out, the GameCube is more powerful than a lot of than PS2, I believe. I think Xbox was the most powerful graphically of that generation, but I loved my GameCube, so I still do. That's my favorite gaming console. That's Super Nintendo and GameCube are my two favorite gaming consoles of all time. Actually, you know what? PS4 is probably taking the place of GameCube because no, because GameCube has the Game Boy Advance adapter, which I own, so now I can play all the Game Boy Advance games I have on an actual screen with a controller. So just for that alone, GameCube stays up there. Oh God, Let Down is my favorite on OkCupid. OK Computer. Yeah, that's the decent one. I would say for me. Shit, man, where do you begin? Paranoid Android, Airbag, Exit Music for a Film. Those are probably my three favorite off that album. Oh, what is it? I'm on a roll this time. Lucky. Yeah, Lucky. Yeah, anyway. I feel like grandpa. Everyone talking about their age. I'm 43 this summer. Nah, man, you're cool. This is old. This is dad corner. You're in dad corner right now. Like all dads welcome. I'm not a dad, but like I'm old. So you're totally fine. You're in the right. My demographic on YouTube, my highest demographic, I think is like 25 to 45 year olds, male. Oh yeah, I checked my demographics. I lied to you guys and said I only have like 10% female demographic. No, it's even lower than that. I have like 98% male demographic and like 2% female. So yeah, no, you're in the right zone. You're in the dad zone. I got my NES for Christmas 1988 when I was 11. Still best Yuletide gift ever. I think it's adorable that you called it Yuletide gift. It still works a treat too. Yeah, I replaced the cartridge in mine with the no blink adapter where anyway, I won't get into the basics of that or the whatever. Your favorite off of OK Computer is basically the album itself. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. NP, yes, you're right. It is a sausage fest in here at 100%. LO Dad Corner, my kid is actually 6 and she's watching this with me and she has a mic program on her tablet that she's making. That is wholesome and adorable and I love that. More of that. All right, let's get through this list, you guys. Let's do it. Toots and the Maytals, Pressure Drop. Toots. I don't like the name of that band. Never heard that song, so I'm going to just keep going here. Man, this scrolling is so fucking finicky. Bo Diddley, yes, that's a great song. It uses tremolo in that song, too, on guitar, which I think is really cool. Buzzcocks. Ever fall in love with someone you shouldn't have? Wow, look at that contraction. Shouldn't have. Is that legal to do like that much of a contraction? Good God. I've heard of the Buzzcocks. Aren't they a punk band? Yeah, pop punk. Okay. Sure. Randy Newman, Sail Away. I'm sure I've heard this song, but it's not coming to mind, so I'm just going to sail away from that. Al Green, Love and Happiness. Yeah, he's a classic R&B guy, soul, funk soul brother. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly with his song. Now, that's interesting that the Fugees one was so, like, low on the list. And yes, this is the original, but man, ain't no one in this world gonna debate you on which is the better version. The Fugees version is, like, light years better than the Roberta Flack version. Just like the Whitney Houston, early on this list, like number 490, it was like Harry Nilsson. It was a song that he originally did, and then Whitney Houston covered it. I guarantee you that Whitney Houston song is going to be way higher up on this list. Um, wow. Wow, they put the Roberta Flack one way higher than the Fugees. That's crazy. Nobody listens to the Roberta Flack one. People are still listening to, that's a really cool album cover or single cover. Thin Lizzy, The Boys Are Back in Town. This is one of the most overhyped, overrated songs. Yes, it's cool that they did the guitar harmonies, and they're one of the earlier bands to do that, to harmonize the guitars. But this song kind of sucks. I don't really like Thin Lizzy all that much. There's got to be a Thin Lizzy song out there that like I haven't heard that's cool. We did Jailbreak as well. We played that in our cover band, and that song kind of sucked. I don't care about Thin Lizzy. Thin Jizzy in my Izzy, if you know what I'm saying. Hey. Well, I just realized some guy's 6-year-old daughter's watching this. I guess I can't be talking like that. Procol Harum, A Whiter Shade of Pale. I always love that name of that band, Procol Harum. It just sounds like, I don't know, Middle Eastern and like mysterious. I never heard Whiter Shade of Pale, but I know it's a classic song, and I feel like a fucking charlatan not knowing this song or being familiar with it. Oh, fuck yes. 9 Inch Nails, Closer. Hell yeah. And I love how it's this high up on the list. Well, it's not that high up, but it's higher than... I'm surprised they put it this high. Yes, Closer. This song is like, to this day, man, great dance song. Dark, so many layered electronic elements. Love it. Love that whole album. I mean, Downward Spiral, come on now. Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody. Yes, classic song. Absolutely. I agree. Oh, my love, my darling, me. Eisenberg, Shout, Parts 1 and 2. Bro, I still play this song at my wedding gigs. It still works. It's a party starter at weddings. Everyone gets involved. They start participating. It's fucking great. Great song. You know you make me want to shout. Yeah, a lot of energy, and now we got this douchebag. Douchebag. Although I will say this is his seen as Drake's classic era. The Take Care album and the You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone, or You Regret It's Too Late After whatever. That period was classic Drake, and sure, whatever. We're going to have to acknowledge Drake at some point as a people, because the dude did sell a bajillion albums, and he's been at the top of the charts for over a decade now. And at some point, we're going to have to be like, yeah, I guess there's something to be said for that. Because no one wanted to give that to, like, a lot of the artists that we now consider classics for the longest time. No one wanted to give that to, like, I don't know, like Mariah or, like, Garth. But after a while, it's like, well, okay, they sold a bajillion records. I guess they deserve to get some kind of respect, even though Drake has not written a single line, I don't think, of lyric in his life. What the fuck is this song that I'm looking at right here? Augustus Pablo, King Tubby meets the Rockers Uptown. Get out of here, dude. There's no way this song is better than anything on this list I've just mentioned. King Tubby. Well, is this a song about Justin Silverman? Oh, the truthers are going to like that one. The Replacements, Left of the Dial. Yeah, I've heard of this song, but I've not heard it. I feel like a poser. I should know The Replacements. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Absolutely. I'm surprised it's this low on this list. I thought Marvin Gaye would be in the top 100. Let's Get It On. That's surprising. Man, I feel like the top 100 is going to piss me the fuck off. Dolly Parton, Coat of Many Colors. Yep, it's a classic country song. Agreed. Agreed. I'm getting hungry, guys. You know what that means. That means we're nearing the end. Paul Simon, American Tune. Not familiar with it. Don't like a lot of Paul Simon stuff. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, I don't know. I don't really like folk that much. It's very folky. I was more into Simon and Garfunkel than just Simon. Or just Garfunkel. God, Garfunkel had some solo records. I don't know how many of you guys know that, but they were rough. Curtis Mayfield, Pusher Man. This song's bad as fuck, if it's the song that I think it is. I'm your wing, I'm your man, and I'm that brother when you need some more. I'm your pusher. If it's that song, if that's the song I'm thinking of, that's a badass song. Let me read this comments section here. Rolling Stones tend to cover Lost Springs. I already read that. Her middle name is Pixel, and she's actually huge in the video games. Again, that's fucking adorable and wholesome as fuck. I love it. Unoriginal, Randy Newman. Actually, Come Sail Away Come Sail Away. Didn't even know the Fugees version was a cover. Yeah, and what was it? And I will always love you by Whitney Houston. That's a Dolly Parton song. That's a cover. Thin Lizzy, hell yes. Jailbreak title is better. Sorry, Unoriginal, if I disappointed you with my dislike of Thin Lizzy. A Hazy Bell Chord. They put two versions of the same song on the list. Yeah, that is kind of weird, but I mean, they are two totally different artists. But that is kind of weird that two versions of the same exact song, when the name of it is Greatest Songs of All Time, and it's like the same song, that almost doesn't make sense. I get what you're saying with that. Nine Inch Nails needs to be higher, and I can guarantee you that's probably the last Nine Inch Nails song we're going to see on this list, unless Hurt is on there. It's the only other Nine Inch Nails song that we will see on this list is Hurt, if it even makes it on there. Ash Decay, oh my god, Chris Barnes, the first singer for Cannibal Corpse. His next band, 6 Feet Under, covered Jailbreak, and I'm sure it was really heavy, bro. Wider Shade of Pale, woohoo, finally I know a song Josh doesn't. Nice. Good for you, man. Super Anthony, Unchained Melody should be top 10 now. I mean, yeah, it should have been higher up in general. Michael Jackson is going to be in the top 10. Probably a Joni Mitchell song. Let me see. Who are the lefties at Rolling Stone? Who are the pinko commie lefties at Rolling Stone championing this month? What's their flavor of the month? I feel like it's gonna. I don't know. Let's just keep going before I say something that gets me canceled. Drake is overrated as fuck. I agree. He bores me to tears. I agree. He's also sold a bajillion records, which is something we can't ignore. Also, if this is greatest songs of all time, where's Mozart or Bach? That's true. That is very true. Maybe they mean pop culturally relevant, which, I mean, those songs still would be. Moonlight Sonata would be my bid for the classics. Yeah, that is a fan. Or that is a valid point. I'm not a fan of Dolly Parton, to be honest. I'm a fan of her hustle. You know, she was a woman back when men were like slapping women around and being like, sugar tits, get back in the kitchen and whip me up a snack. So I respect her having to exist in a man's world, blah, blah, blah. And I like that she's at this song more where that came from, which was like an 80s song. And that song's a good little tune. It kind of has the same energy as Boot Scootin' Boogie, which you can't deny Boot Scootin' Boogie. That is a boogie. That's a jam. I love that the truthers call Justin all manner of insults, but when you do, it's all of a sudden a problem. Even if I comment on what you just said, I will become a post in the Cinemassacre Truth with people just taking the piss out of me. So, I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm under NDA right now. I don't even want to talk about that group because any attention that I give to them, they just meme the hell out of me. And I don't know, man. I'm not trying to like deal with any of that drama. So I'm not even talking about any of that anymore. Not saying I'm still not going to make a video on my top 10 favorite nerd episodes. I'll still do that. I might cover a Rex Viper thing, but I'm kind of divorcing myself from that group. It's gotten, well, I mean, it's been toxic, but yeah, they just like I'm just going to just shut up and move on. When you sing Pusher Man, you sang the Ice-T version called I'm Your Pusher. No, there's an old like 70s song that's talking about that, and I think it's this Curtis Mayfield one. I don't blame you, dude. Yeah. It's just not worth the all the bullshit, man. I mean, like they were like digging through all my like I don't know. It was getting a little too weird for me. I was getting a little creeped out by it. And let's do one. Let's go one through some more here. I'd kind of like to get to the bottom of this page, but that's probably not going to happen. The Wailers, Get Up, Stand Up. Yeah, great song. Great Bob Marley song. Get up, stand up. Don't. Now, this is the one thing I'll say about Bob Marley. The motherfucker's a little repetitive. He kind of like says the same shit over to, like his choruses. He kind of will repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Like he'll have like one good hook and he'll just milk the fuck out of that. Like, no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. 20 minutes later, no woman, no cry. Like, yeah, you know, a little repetitive for me. Good artist though. Neil Young, Heart of Gold. That's a beautiful song. A great song. There's like this acoustic performance he did of it on some show, and yeah, it was great. Very good stuff. Love me some Neil. Jill Scott Heron, The Revolution will not be televised. This is a culturally significant song. I need to listen to it. I have not. Jill Scott Heron is a prolific, like revolutionary, I guess you could say. So I need to check that out. And dang, she a cutie. Look at that cutie. Look at that hair. They're all cute. Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, Heat Wave. Huh. Oh man, Heat Wave, like that goddamn song by the Glass Animals that stayed on pop radio for literally 2 motherfucking years. God damn. At nights all I think about is you. Heat Wave got me freaking me out. Don't know if you're happy or sad. Oh my god, they played the fuck out of that song. Jesus Christ, dude. Anyway, sorry, I got triggered there. No, these chicks are hot, and I've never heard their song, and that's all I got. Metallica, we got Master of Puppets. Yes, Master fucking Metallica. This song fucking slaps. It rocks. It's amazing. 1986 thrash metal, baby. Master of Puppets. This song is perfect. The guitar break in the middle with the harmonized arpeggiated guitars. Beautiful song. Just fucking controlling faster. Obey your master. Master of Puppets. Yeah, great song. Fucking rocks. Love it. Love that it's there. Wish it was higher, but it's rock, so it won't be. Loretta Lynn, Coal Miner's Daughter. I've heard of this song. I've not heard this song. It's old school country. Loretta Lynn, yes, sure. Throw them up there. Oh, this is a classic song. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Yep. It's a classic, The Supremes. What can you argue with that? I don't like the song, but it's a classic song. Now we're getting into the classics here. Willie Nelson, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, 1975. Yep. Classic country. Oh, got some Parliament Funkadelic coming our way. Parliament Flashlight. Not heard this song, but if George Clinton's a part of it, then I'm sure it's funky. Sure, it's funky. Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. Dude, people still sing this song all the fucking time at my karaoke gig. I can definitively tell you, yes, this song is a classic. Still. At first she was afraid. Now that she was petrified, now she can't. Anyway, you know the fucking song. Let me read the last bit of these comments, and I'm going to eat some fucking spaghetti. Blah, blah, blah. Can't deny Boots Good and Boogie. You can't, dude. I don't like country, but, like, that song is fucking undeniable. And let's see how fucking disgusting. Yeah, look, geez, I'm, like, laying down in my bed at this point. That's how horizontal I've become. I started off sitting upright, and not so much. Redemption Song by Bob Marley is a great song. Yes, that's a very good song. When Bob Marley movie comes out, get ready for all the white people with dreads in the few months. You know, Bob Marley's dad was a white guy, right? He's a white British guy. So he's actually mixed. He's not like a straight up black dude. Not a lot of people know that about Bob Marley. They're doing a movie about him, though. Oh, I'm sure that'll be interesting. Super Anthony, Heart of Gold and Old Man are great songs from Neil Young album. But I think Needle and the Damage Done is very overlooked. Oh, is that a Neil Young song? Because Rolling Stone did an article on Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, and it was just supposed to be about his life in the band, and he really didn't want them including the bit about his rampant heroin use, and they did talk about his heroin use. They have him on the front cover looking kind of haggard, and the byline was Lane Staley, the needle and the damage done. And so then I hear that line in a Thursday song called Understanding in a Car Crash, I believe. And the singer sings, the needle and the damage done. And I'm like, oh, so he's talking about that Rolling Stone article. That's interesting. But no, he's actually talking about this Neil Young song, apparently. Interesting. All right. You know, I like Neil Young's album Mirrorball the best. And Trans and Mirrorball are two great albums. Anyway. Master of Puppets is criminally low. You know, for Rolling Stone guy, that's as good as we're going to get. We got to take the W for what we got on that one. Rolling Stone would have never rated that album higher than what they did. Just be glad it wasn't in the 400s. Those chicks are giving me a heat wave, right? God damn. Send them sisters over my way. They're probably old as fuck now, though. Maybe they have hot grandkids. I don't know. Lol, Can't Stand Glass Animals. You know, they have one song I liked called... Had this like very like Indian beat. It's like boom, boom, boom. Can't get a job 'cause I live with my mom. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, Heatwave sucked. Rolling Stones' taste in metal can kiss my pants. I mean, I don't know. You got a problem with Metallica, bro? I give up my bussy to Metallica. Anytime, I will always find the term bussy funny. That will never not be funny to me. Greatest metal band ever. So many great songs. Fade to Black, one of their best. Puppets, of course. One. Sad but True Legends. I agree. I've been thinking about doing a Metallica video focusing on their 90s period where they went through their like midlife crisis with Load and Reload and how they like tried to go alternative and how like the backlash about that, and they didn't recover at all because then they did Saint Anger immediately after that and it was just like one flop after another. Then they do Some Kind of a Monster and it totally revives their shit. They do Death Magnetic and then like what Moments to whatever the one with all their heads or whatever. And now they're back, baby. Now they're back. And that album rocked. It was good. I don't know about 23 Seasons, though. I haven't heard anything about 23 Seasons. Is that album doing good? I heard Fluxa Turner or whatever. I thought that was a good song. But then I didn't listen to the rest of the album. Dude, there's so much music out there nowadays. It's goddamn impossible for me to... I don't know. It's hard for me to keep up with all of it, quite frankly. What do we got? I don't like Cake, but their cover of that was good. Oh, I love Cake, dude. And yeah, I thought the cover was good too. It is deniable, you see. I have denied that song's existence. Which one? Wait, never mind. Needle and Damage Done was written and performed by Neil. Okay, good to know. Corey, Rolling Stone ripped the Neil song title for that Lane article. Okay, so that makes sense then. Peace Watcher, which part of Mexico has the most super villains? Are you asking me that? I've barely left Florida. Mono Grinded, have you ever heard the song Running in the 90s? I have not. Unoriginal, Megadeth's Risk was worse than Saint Anger. Megadeth's singer is worse than anything that Metallica has ever done. I don't understand how people can tolerate Dave Mustaine's vocals. I'm not saying he's not an amazing guitar player and songwriter, but it's like, what do you mean I gotta wait in line for food stamps? It better work this time. What do you mean I don't like taking a dump? I took one just yesterday, didn't I? Like, I don't know. His voice is like, he sounds like a cartoon rat. Like, how do people take that motherfucker's vocals seriously? 72 Seasons is a great album, in my opinion, though I know many other Metallica fans won't agree with me on that one. Well, what's wrong with it? What's the criticism? Because, you know, Saint Anger had its very specific criticisms. Death Magnetic, everyone said that one was a return to form, but I bought that album when it came out. To me, it just sounded like a lot of long nothing. It hit me in the same way that Rush's Clockwork Angels hit me. It just sounded like a whole sea of noise. Art for Universe. You think Tina Turner was a better singer than Jim Morrison? I mean, that's like comparing apples to oranges, dude. Like, I don't even think Jim Morrison was that great of a singer to begin with. And Tina Turner's voice kind of gets on my fucking nerves. It's a little too, like, squawky for me. Oh, what's I've got to do. I don't think either of them are that great of singers, to be honest with you. Super Anthony, there's so much music nowadays that the star of Degrassi has become a big pop song. Yeah, big pop star. I like Degrassi way more than I like Drake's music. You know what's sad? The guy Craig on Degrassi, he was the rocker guy. I forget his name in real life, but he actually had a rock band that he was trying to put together. And around the same time that Drake was trying to do Drake. And it's like, I wonder if Aubrey Graham gave that actor like a boost. Because they were like co-stars. So you'd think that he'd help him out, you know? But I highly doubt that he did. Anyway. Was Hetfield the first Yarler preceding Vedder? He didn't really yarl as much to me as he did, like, I don't know. Funny enough, after Pearl Jam came out, he started yarling a lot more. Because Black Album, there was definitely yarling. But in the olden days, it wasn't as yarly to me. But you might be onto something there. He might have been the first one. You try to grab his balls, Dave Mustaine. Is that a lyric from one of his songs? Best Dave Mustaine impression I've heard in my life. I know, man. I've been working on it. What do you mean I can't do a good Dave Mustaine impression? I got nothing, man. I'm so hungry. I'm running out of brain power. Have you heard Jim Morrison's audio album where he's just reading his poems to music? It's a weird one. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he would do something like that. Shatner kind of set the bar on the weirdness factor of doing shit like that. Have you heard Love Underground by Robbers on High Street? No, I've not. Please do a better impression. Feeling, woman never seen them again outside the sunlight. Oh yeah, even flow, come to mind like spaghetti in my mouth. Cheesy bread tastes really good with spaghetti, which is what I'm about to eat. Eggs of empty cactus, uncovered sheets and gay. All I wanted tasty was spaghetti. And I'm swimming. Oh, I'm swimming. Anyway, that's going to get annoying really quick. Yeah. Just like the Pied Piper. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm probably going to end it. What do you think about Stone Temple Pilots? I think Stone Temple Pilots are pretty good. I think that they took a little too much from the forefathers of grunge. I think they tried a little hard to emulate the grunge, like the classic guys. But I think once they went on in their career, I actually think they became a better band. I think Core was a ripoff of grunge, but I think like Purple and Tiny Music, I think they found their own thing and it actually got really good. And they did not sound as grunge. So no, I do like Stone Temple Pilots. I just don't love Stone Temple Pilots. Josh is singing about food as a vetter. Clearly, he's hungry. Yes, that is true. All right, guys. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your fucking